I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spinball Rax,
Spencer,
Young Chris, Gordon, Jones. Smash like button, be friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Skywalker, somewhere in the back, doing Skywalker things.
Skywalking. Held it down yesterday. Shout out Skywalker. How was the draft, Chris? How was BlackRock?
It was honestly, it was an amazing experience. Like, the food was, the food
Did
was
Justin
great.
send the video of you making the waitress cook your steak?
What? No, he didn't.
I was just
Text
getting
him,
done
text
with
him.
Woodward Tigers last night, and I tune into the watch party, and that's the first thing I see is the chick right in front of the camera, cutting up little bits of steak, little tiny bite-sized pieces.
I was trying to get her to do her thing. Shout out to Sophie.
That's not her
She did a good
thing.
job.
She's a waitress.
Yeah, cook it.
yeah.
Slice it up and
Cook
feed it to me.
Yeah.
She was like
Put
put
on
butter on it and everything.
No, man, there was a lot going on. There was a lot going on right there. She was like,
crazy.
She kind of offered me. She was like, you want me cut it? I was like, sure. And then I kind of like, was there. So,
Okay.
What's her name?
yeah, Sophie.
Shout out
Sophie or
Sophie.
Sophia? I don't.
What do you think of the name Rachel, Chris?
Yeah, you only
What do I
think
think
of
of the name
Rachel.
Rachel?
Yeah.
I think Rachel's a wonderful name.
Shout out Rachel.
Yeah. Shout out Rachel.
Rachel's a real one.
Rachel's
Yeah,
a
she
real
is.
one. Real Juan. Speaking of real ones, did you 3-cam that video?
Oh man, can I? Never mind.
What?
Nothing. I always want to do certain jokes when we bring up Rachel, but I can't because I don't know.
Are that or yeah, we'll let it.
Yeah.
Wilford Brimley.
Check it out. All right. You want
have
the
it?
video? Yeah.
Okay,
Dustin?
so one of my favorite fighters in the
shit.
UFC.
This is TM.
Nope.
Not
It's
TMZ?
arrest footage.
Let's go.
Public footage.
Public footage.
Dustin Poirier was arrested at the airport. He was too drunk. He was kicked off a plane. Police was called. From there, he got arrested. And I was, it happens. I was sad about it, but they released the footage. And we have it here for you guys. This is phenomenal. If a comedian were to write this happening, this is exactly how they'd write it.
So wait, just to confirm, this is the vertical video or the other one?
This is the wide one.
Okay, the wide one? Okay, cool. That's what I had. All right.
Let's go, big dog.
What's going on?
What's up? Bunch of hoes. Let's go. Let's go.
Relax.
No, they fucking lying motherfuckers. Yeah, pull me off the plane. All my boys went to the fucking crib. Now what the fuck?
And this is why he got
All
pulled
right.
off the plane.
You Dustin Poirier?
Man, fuck you, bro.
All right, just relax.
Man, fuck you and fuck her and fuck her. I'll fight you right now.
No, I don't want to fight, bro.
I'll go with you right now.
Bro, I don't want to fight, bro. I don't want to
Let's
fight.
go.
I don't want to fight.
Let's go.
Radio, have you
Yeah,
step
tell
up.
him. Tell him, come on.
Get a couple of
Because
minutes.
it's going to be bad.
Bro, just
It's
step
going to be
back.
bad, my nigga.
No, bro.
What's up?
Bro, relax.
You want to fight? Radio
37.
You want
Radio,
to
start
fight
several units.
How you
No,
boys-
He's hiding behind the girls, dude. He's hiding behind the pussy Compton.
Pussy, boy. You pussy.
bro, relax, bro.
You gonna
Relax.
take
Shit.
Relax,
You
bro.
going to take me, dog?
Relax.
Yeah, I'm gonna tase you.
I'm gonna bang you up.
Bro, relax.
I'm going to do
He's a
Just
relax,
relax.
dude. This guy was scared. I would be too.
Yeah.
Cause you can't shoot Dustin Poirier. It's like shooting Derek Jeter.
They kicked him off the
Bunch
flight.
of hoes,
This
bro.
guy's a UFC
Bunch
fighter.
of ass fucking bitches.
You know.
What's going on, brother? Talk to me. Man, the bitch is fucking lying hoes, man. Let's go.
Bitch, fucking line holes.
Somebody, I've seen somebody in the comments said he's from Louisiana. This is normal.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, he's just drunk as fuck. I saw somebody like, oh, this is awful, terrible
That's
to
the
watch.
best way, dog.
No, dude, this is funny as fuck.
He's just drunk.
Hey, pound it.
All right, man.
Nah, you did a great job, bro. You did a great job. You did what you did.
I mean, he did.
Dog, the cop shitting bricks.
Shit his pants, bro. He said, oh. Dustin
I'll
drunk,
fight you, bro.
Dustin cocked up. He said, oh. Shit.
Oh my god, he said, it's gonna hurt my nigga.
Yeah, 'cause
Dustin's got the pass.
There's no way to stop him without shooting him.
No, not a chance.
He would eat a taser.
I'm full. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fully confident Dustin Poirier would eat a taser.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I was about to say you might need like 3 tasers, some bear
You gotta
spray,
shoot him. No,
rubber bullets.
you would have
Yeah.
to. You would have to shoot him with a real bullet.
God damn.
We do not promote violence upon others in any way.
And like the cop, like you're definitely because he knows it's Dustin Poirier. Thank God he knew it was Dustin Poirier because that's a situation where he could get shot.
Yeah.
And he's like, also, I don't want to shoot fucking
if
Dustin
the cop
Poirier.
tries to, what he should have done to a normal human is go for risk control and get a cuff on him. You try to do that with Dustin Poirier, you're on your back pretty fast.
You see when the other cop pulled up, he's like, he's a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
You gotta let him know. Yeah, no.
He said, pound it, man.
yeah, you got it. All right, you got it.
He's right, though. Like, the cop that was perfectly executed by that officer.
Except for he started to run behind the women a little bit.
I mean, he knows Dustin's not going to fight the women.
That's a natural, reaction, dude. He's like, fuck, get people in front of me, dude.
I think the cop did a perfect job of de-escalating that.
Oh, man.
I saw somebody, I saw
so
somebody.
You Dustin Poirier? Man, fuck you. Let's fight. Oh, shit.
I would say the same thing.
Oh,
fuck. Somebody on the internet said, Dustin Poirier is a lunatic. This is brutal to watch.
No, I loved every
fuck?
minute of that.
That was entertaining.
He sounded like the guy's, fucking running people down in his car. Like he was
Dude,
just
one of
drunk in an
the
airport.
most entertaining moments in all of UFC history is when Conor McGregor threw that dolly at Khabib's bus.
That was
and that is
crazy.
like, if you want to talk about psycho shit, you can say that like that's low key, that's psycho shit.
That's coked out shit.
That's coked out.
Yeah,
shit.
that's McGregor.
That's the beginning of the end for Conor. That was
sure.
that was the booger sugar. This is just Dustin hammered. Somebody said he's drunk from Louisiana. This is normal.
Yeah. Quite literally.
I'm glad nothing became of it. They probably just slapped him on the wrist.
It's funny too. I woke up this morning and it was like one of the first Instagram stories that I saw. I didn't even see the video. I just saw his like apology on Instagram. It's like, what the fuck happened here? He's like, I'm so sorry. Like the shadows of like my dad and my past.
That would be like if Nick during the subathon, trained to kill people with his bare hands.
Oh my god.
Like imagine how terrifying that sounds.
Yeah.
Nick during the subathon, but trained to kill people with his bare hands.
I'm putting my big gulp on the PC, and you can't tell me when I can or can't.
Yeah, it would just been there.
There have been nothing we could do.
I would have said shit.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
He grabs the mic from me. That's yours, big dog.
Yeah.
Squeeze the shit out of the mic.
Oh, dude, that was crazy. When he grabbed the mic like that.
Bro, he eagle clawed it like 3 times. And like, we were having mic issues and just got it fixed. And he's diving. I was like, Nick, bro, I was about to.
He was Raxter.
He's lucky I was off.
Well, when
some shrooms and very happy because if I was just drunk, I would have choked him.
That's 100%. Why 100%. I dipped out. That's why I left for a minute. I went and sat on that bench out there. I saw Nitty Gritty walking out of Coney Island. He just came out. We were talking.
If I wouldn't have been on the Boomers, I would have choked him.
Shout out the Boomers. Shout out the Boomers that kicked him when I got sent to the corner. Yeah. I don't remember which one you guys sent me to the corner, but shout out the wall. Sorry.
2K is when it got me.
I was like, oh, I got you.
2K, watching the court in 2K, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, then I came back to watch that.
Yeah.
And then D-Mac popped up out of nowhere.
That was crazy.
I was just giggling the whole time. It was
great
awesome.
time.
Yeah. Those are great. Shout out to.
I was surprised they had a burst of energy leaving.
Yeah.
I think it's because I was moving, maybe. Maybe because I pooped finally.
That probably helped.
That part definitely
lightened you up a little bit.
Yeah. Lightened me up a lot. That was a good one. Good poop. Shout out Dustin Poirier. The one part that is kind of sad about this is you hear this time and time again from fighters more recently, and you've seen it sometimes too with like BJ Penn, but they say like, after fighting, we don't really got much, and like it gets pretty dark for me. I think Alex Volkanovski was the first one to say it.
Yeah.
Izzy reiterated that. Dustin recently
Bolt's
said.
catching sharks and shit now. Did you see that?
Good for him.
He just popped up in my reel.
Good for him.
He was fucking deep sea fishing. He caught a giant.
Yeah, because they need something to do, man. Because you can't be taking
brain
damage for the entirety of your life. Yeah, you go dominate some other aspect in life.
Yeah.
He's got to find whatever that is.
Yeah.
Maybe hunt down crackheads or something.
He should go like boar hunt. Like
he should become a bounty hunter.
No.
Have a TV show.
That's worse. He would
someone
accidentally kill someone.
Dude, imagine him in one of those squatter hunter shows.
Imagine him in like one of those videos where it's like dudes driving in a Humvee with fucking ARs just lighting wild boar up.
Yeah.
Also, I would love to. If anybody has the plug on wild boar hunting, which are an invasive, destructive species that like need to be dwindled down, I would love to do that.
That'd be so much fun.
$1,200 in Texas. You get on the plane, they fucking ramble.
I think it's a little bit.
And then you donate it back.
I think
Can
it's
you
a little
play
bit more
Fortunate
than that.
Son?
Oh, it was $1,200 when I was gonna go.
How many times do you think the guys who rent out their helicopters to shoot wild boar hear Fortunate Son in their lives?
Oh, dude, it's gotta be.
What's Fortunate Son?
It's the Vietnam song.
CCR.
Yeah.
Sing it.
It's a like Vietnam song.
Somebody's born,
Yeah,
silver spoon in
yeah.
hand. Ooh, they'll love to feed themselves now.
Banger.
For sure.
Yeah.
I looked at that.
Hail to the
It's
chief.
like
Killing the
$5,000 per. Because me and my friends like
5K?
actually,
I definitely should have went then.
Me and my buddies like looked into it, and it was $5K per, but that was like unlimited ammo and like
okay.
also
You gotta play unlimited
included.
ammo.
Yeah,
Well, the cool thing about doing it is they
included
I don't know if you want
a
it.
stay and like
It's
their
right.
barn dominium and like all this shit, like the whole.
Get
fucking
some!
shit shebang.
Get some! Get some!
Dude,
Get some!
Yeah, literally.
And they donate the meat too, which is like it's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Donate
I'm
some
making
beef.
my own boar.
And did you also know when a pig escapes, it turns into a boar within a week? Grows the hair, grows the tusk.
Well, I think it takes
Isn't that
longer
fucking
than that.
crazy?
Right?
Wow,
No,
I
man.
thought it was a week, but
Pigs
it
are
could be. It
pigs are
sounds like
wild.
something
Pigs
takes
are
longer.
wild, bro. Pigs
Yeah.
are a wild animal. They're smart. They can eat anything. They're like you said. As soon as they go feral, boom, tusks, fur. They're back. They're ready to be wild animals.
My
again.
favorite like trend, or one of my favorite times, is like when people were sold alive. There was such thing as mini pigs. They were sold like a baby pig, but
Yeah.
it turned like an actual pig.
Real ass
and they have a
pig.
fucking giant ass pig in their house
you
and
just
stuck
got-
with it. I know this girl in high school had one. She had just fucking giant fat ass pig because she thought it was a mini pig. That's what it was sold to
Come
her
here,
family.
Like a
as.
pot belly pig. Like the mini ones are like pot belly pigs, right?
No, there's no such thing.
No way.
They're all just baby pigs that grow into fucking giant
Well,
pigs.
I mean, you get a great pet for about 3 years, and then you get great dinner for about a month.
There's no way I couldn't eat my pet.
That's like getting a pit bull
If it's-
puppy, and then the dog turns out to be whatever Woody is.
Then,
No,
but
I'm
opposite.
kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, getting a Woody puppy and the dog turns out to just be a giant pit bull.
And just turn into hot dogs. That's what you said, basically.
For the pig? I mean, what else are you gonna do with a giant pig?
I'm not eating my own fucking animal.
I want it to taste better. No,
I mean, that's basically
You
the life
earned
of a
it.
cattle rancher.
you earned it, and you can teach your kids some important life lessons.
Shout out. Everyone smash the like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. We got some Pistons for you.
We got some Pistons for you. Draft
Yes,
pick
we
made
do.
last night. We're gonna have some footage of our guy Lindsey Hunter, NBA champion multiple times for multiple different franchises, player, coach, GM, front office. Make sure you tap in because we're gonna have his reaction on the pick. Shout out my guy Lindsey. It's good to see Uncle Lindsey back around, dude.
Hell yeah, that was dope.
That's my guy, man.
Speaking of getting lit, he's been posting his like bar brush ups
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
They're not actual like brush ups but he's like sports debates, and he's not like a LeBron guy. So like Lindsey bumping in
those
like a
are
LeBron, LeBron sexual, and this is them going back and forth. Lindsey screaming at him, "Go home,
Dude,
Yeah.
Brian
Go home.
sexuals are crazy.
Lindsey's the man, dude. We're gonna have that. We got our guy Koo Cahill of Locked On
on the show.
Pistons.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Yep.
Mix for that.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure we
cool.
grab a V-Mix for that. So we're excited to hear Koo and his thoughts about the Detroit Pistons.
Oh no,
newest
V-Mix doesn't work.
draft pick. But we're going to come back with our initial thoughts first. But let me tell you about V-Mix broke. Let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. You can upgrade to the Black Card and get you some amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, access to over 2,700 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Sports.
Let me tell you guys about Mortgage Pros. Are you looking for a career upgrade? Check out Mortgage Pros, the #1 mortgage broker to work for in the state of Michigan. We saw their incredible company culture firsthand at their annual block party. Their team truly loves what they do, and it shows. With 4.9 stars on Google and over 4,000 reviews, their reputation speaks for itself. So if you are looking for a new job, a new direction in your life, give Mortgage Pros in Troy a call at 248-416-1361. Mortgage Pros, let the pros handle it.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever It's Live, WorldSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spinmo Raxter, Chris Gordon Jones in the building. Smash the like button, be friends, tell a friend, and share the stream.
Share it.
If you guys haven't heard already, last night the Detroit Pistons traded up from 21 with the Memphis Grizzlies to 17 to draft guard Ebuka Okorie out of Stanford. Averaged 23.2 points per game, 3 assists, 3 boards. I think that's the third amongst freshmen.
Yep.
In all of NCAA and 7th amongst all players. If you watched the highlights already, you kind of know by now the kid's a freaking bucket. Sweeney, what's your reaction to that one?
I like the pick, man. I do. He's 6'2". He's got a 6'7" wingspan.
6'1.25".
Like you said, he is 22, 23 points per game last year, which was behind only A.J. Diabasa and Darius Acuff Jr. for freshman scoring. He can get you a bucket at any spot on the floor in any situation a basketball game can provide, and he can do it efficiently. He's a 3-level scorer. He can shoot from anywhere. He gets to the basket very easily. He's very crafty around the rim when it comes to finishing. And obviously the mid-range and the floater and the in-between stuff is there as well. You read DNC's comments? Yeah, it's funny. So that's what I really like is there's not a spot on the offensive side of the floor where he isn't a problem. He, like I said, his finishing around the rim is at an NBA level already. He's got an impressive floater and little turnaround midi if he needs it, and the jump shot off the dribble from anywhere on the floor. So I don't expect him to come in here to be a starter or anything for this team, but to be a shot maker and shot creator off of the bench is something this team desperately needed. And I think he can be that pretty quickly in his NBA career.
Yeah, the selling point for me, my initial reaction, I'll tell you, because I got some feedback on Twitter on it, is I just wasn't moved. And I don't think unless you truly believe this kid, sure, go ahead. I can't tell you what to believe and what not to believe, but I think he's going to come off the second unit and he's going to be part of this team for sure first year. But it didn't move me necessarily because I never wanted to make the pick.
Yeah, I
wanted to. I mean, they did move up to 17, but I wanted to move up to 12 and grab Yaxel or someone of that ilk. It didn't happen. It is what it is. But it's not Trajan's fault. It's not the Pistons' fault. But as a Detroit fan, man, I'm growing impatient. It's not necessarily their fault. They're doing things at their own pace, and they still can make moves today. We're Tyler Hero until July 6th. Yeah. They can still make those kind of moves. But it's for me, I was just mad we even drafted. But listen, now I woke up, fresh start. What really sold on me was Trajan Langdon's press conference. Hear Trajan Langdon talk about him, a guy who's typically monotone, kind of boring amongst the delivery. He sounded more excited than when he drafted Asar. I'm sorry, not Asar. I apologize, Ron. Yeah. He was up there talking his shit. He's like, obviously, you guys know, top 3 in scoring. There's great quick guard, getting spot on the floor, great at ball handling, limited turnovers. Trajan was up there just talking his shit.
Yes.
Where when he drafted Ron, he was like, Ron has upside. Ron's got to learn how to shoot. With this pick, Trajan was talking that cash money shit, and then you put him amongst Darius Acuff, and he's right there in scoring. And the ACC, you're still playing North Carolina and other teams like that. Be excited for it. And I think he's going to provide that scoring punch you need off the bench.
And I don't think they're done. I think the Pistons are still going to make trades.
That's what I tell myself, too.
Yeah, and they're still going to make more because, Stu is on the block. I doubt Stu plays another game for the Pistons. You don't really just do that and then bring him back. I now think Dennis Jenkins is also an expendable piece in those trade talks because I think at the very worst, Ebuka will be a good Dennis Jenkins.
Yes,
and he can be a guard coming up like I'm talking shades of Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford type stuff.
Whoa. Wow.
Obviously, that is what you're looking for him to be in the future.
Yeah.
But I think a a reasonable ceiling for him is a 6-man of the year type of bench scorer, and a super ceiling would be a CJ McCollum type of consistent starter. I don't know if he can reach that, but I could see him being a 6-man of the year type scorer off the bench. But to start, I think he's going to take Dennis's spot. I do.
19 years old. I ain't gonna kill you for it, Chris.
I mean, I loved the pick because this guy was second on my board if the Pistons were to make a selection. Cameron Carr was the one that I wanted just because of the size. But this kid, like you guys said, man, the pop that he has, that he plays with, it reminds me of a ceiling of a Tyrese Maxey player archetype. But I think I put a reasonable floor I put for him is Colin Sexton. And that's a name that the Pistons have wanted for years. Pistons fans have been like, oh, I'd take Colin Sexton at the trade deadline. Yeah, I agree. So I think that this guy has all the tools, and that's what I loved about Trajan's presser, because that sold me too. Because he said every single time, he said, that kid will reach his ceiling, whatever it is.
Yes.
He kept saying that over and over again. Like, whatever his potential is, that's what we're going to get. And I love that. I love a GM that's that confident, that fired up about this pick. And look, this guy, I mean, you talk to a lot of NBA scouts. I talked to 2 people I know that scout in the NBA, and then I seen just the overall Twitter reactions, and everybody loves this pick for the Pistons. Like, everybody from top to bottom say, look, if this kid was 1 to 2 inches taller, he's in the top 10.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
In a stacked draft class. Like this guy, a Lou Williams, a Colin Sexton, that is a reasonable floor for him. That is a reasonable floor for him. I don't want to, or I shouldn't say floor because that would imply that you can't get.
I'd say Colin Sexton. Like I said, a better Dennis Jenkins is his floor for me.
I agree with that. I
saw someone say Dennis Schroeder, and I felt that.
Dennis Schroeder,
maybe even a little better shooting than
exactly.
Dennis Schroeder too. And the other thing too, again, the context. The reason why the Trajan thing moved me, it's Trajan Langdon. This guy's always pouring water on his own hype. We're talking about the Pistons win. He's like, well, we haven't won a playoff series yet. Well, we haven't won a playoff game at home yet. He's always gonna keep it a buck. With this pick, Trajan was talking that cash shit, and that's what kind of sold me.
And again, at the end of the day, this guy has he showcased every level of scoring. Like, if you want to point to his finishing not being the greatest efficiency wise, but you saw the creativity with the finish. You saw the ability to hit off the dribble. Like, he just is I hated those Sasser comps right from jump, because I'm like, Sasser went to college for 4 years and still wasn't this. Like, this kid is 18 years old. He's not even 19 yet. This kid has all the potential in the world to be a really, really good player in the NBA. I'm not saying he will reach that. I'm not as confident as Trajan is, but Trajan seems very confident in this guy.
He's never this confident.
And we haven't seen Trajan talk cash shit like this. So I'm fired up about this pick. I'm with you, Easy. I did want to get a player that can contribute right now.
Yes.
But we talked about it, man. Outside of the New York Knicks, who had a player take a generational pay cut in Jalen Brunson. He took a generational pay cut. Outside of that, the Spurs, the Thunder, what do these teams have? They have rookie contracts contributing significantly. So you do need some guys that are underpaid. You do need some guys. The NBA is the NFL now. You can't just have your best players. Everybody get paid equal.
It's even worse because you only have 15 spots.
Yeah.
First, second, and third-year players just took the Spurs to the finals.
Yep.
And you have a couple veterans sprinkled in there, and that's what the Pistons are going to have. You know, you've got Cade set, you've got Asar set. Duran's coming into his 4th year now. Now you need another rookie to come in here and be a producer, and I truly believe that he gives you something you don't have, which is top-tier NBA shot making off of the bench at the very least. And like, when I look at the way the NBA is officiated, the way offense is played in the NBA, the way that guards execute their offense in the NBA now, he is the perfect prototype for that. Crafty, quick, can hit off balance, leaner, all of those type of shots, can finish over bigger players, is good in the paint. Like he fits the Brunson SGA-esque type of offense. And if you have a guy like that that can do that off the bench, that takes so much pressure off of Cade Cunningham.
He has multiple 30-point games, including one in a win over North Carolina. He has a game winner in a 30-point game. Like, he's got some big-time moments. Again, we're going to start it off the bench, provide some scoring. But, like, at pick 21, pick 17, like, that's What more can you ask
And
for?
you're still going, like I said, they're not done. They're going to make trades to add actual better players to this roster.
That's why I had to keep it around
This is
myself.
a good pick.
Because last night, I went into last night, and I told, and I should have did this. I did during the show, honestly. I told myself, we're going to move up, we're going to grab Yaks, we're going to save the money on Tobias, trade for Hero, and maybe be able to afford Norman Powell in that scenario. That's obviously not fucking happening. But shame on me.
They moved up.
They did move up,
now,
though.
Now maybe instead of going after Norman Powell, you go after a better forward.
But the Ruben Bates stuff, I didn't do. That was them, and they had me get asked up. I'm like, that'd be sweet if that happened. Cool, like, whatever. But this one, in my head, I locked it in. Like, if they like Yaxel as much as I'm hearing.
Easy loves the draft day cocaine.
Luigi Gaming says his comp is Jason Tatum with ball handling.
Shout out Luigi
fair.
Gaming. Yeah, that is very fair.
That's a fair comp.
I don't hate that. That's fair.
Chris, I saw you checking your door a couple times. What's up?
Yeah. So one thing I don't see a lot of people talking about that I saw Trajan talk about that I'm excited is defensively what he gives you. I know everybody's focused on the offense because of what he is, but defensively you got to think about it. Right now, our team defense is just Asar on the point guard. And while that works, and that works very well, this is another guy who's short, whose quickness, explosiveness with his frame, I think he's going to be a good perimeter
defender?
Yeah, perimeter defender. Like, he's going to be good at the point of attack.
Yeah.
I think he's another point of attack defender that the Pistons will have a lot of value in, and that will be another person that can spell Cade from that role, because Cade was really the point of attack defender when Asar was out.
He's got longer arms that will help him get in. You know how important like tips and stuff is for this Pistons.
That's where the shorter comp comes in for me. 6'1", long arms.
Long arms.
Like, he's not the greatest at defense, but he's
going to be a pest.
Yeah,
he's going to get his hands in passing lanes. He'll get up for an occasional block or two. Like, that'd
be lit.
I like this pick, man. I really do.
I do too.
We will get to Koo Khalil when we come back from break. Hear his opinion on the take.
Shout out.
I love to get Koo's opinion. I know he loves the draft too. But Face, let me tell you guys about the massage chair house. My guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, holding it down at the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road, where you can find the largest massage chair showroom this side of the Mississippi. All you got to do is visit massagechairs.com and schedule your appointment. The All-Pro shop there. Some Hall of Famers shop there. You guys might be able to guess who I'm talking about at the massage chair house. Check them out.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Amnesia is proud to be available at top dispensaries across Michigan with multiple products for adults 21 and up. Their newest launch is the Switch, a 2-gram dual-chamber disposable featuring liquid diamonds. This thing is so sweet. Damn, it's a tiny ass box. Hot boxing in the box with 2 chambers with 2 different flavor profiles. They got a button and you switch between flavors on the vape. It's amazing. Discover your new favorite with the Switch by Amnesia. And Art and Jake. Tiny box.
Art and Jake's June 30th. We're pulling up to watch the Detroit Tigers beat the piss out of the New York Yankees. Come have a great time. June 30th. Art and Jake's, Sterling Heights, 80 TVs, wall-to-wall, 22 draft beers, menu packed with fan favorites. It's a fine dining flavor and a sports bar atmosphere. Art and Jake's, check it out.
Check it out.
Yankee loose.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by a spin more Raxter. We got Christopher Platte in here, Cordy Jones. We're also going to be joined shortly by the one, the only Cook Khalil of Lockdown Pistons. Matter of fact, he's joining us now.
Part of the family.
Hey, part of the family. Oh.
Cool.
What up, man?
You guys are doing great, man. I like you actually trying the product on the ad like that. That's goated. There you go.
Shout out. Hey, I seen you, Morgan. I saw you post a photo from a rooftop balcony. You know, some food or drink in here or something like that in the suit. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. You know, I had to go and show out for my wife. She was at the Detroit Design Awards for her company. They won a few awards, but I was going to show up in something really basic, but she was like, you don't understand. This is a really fancy event. We got to go. So, she took me to a store. We got a nice suit together. I think I looked good, man. I'm not going to lie.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations, Mrs. Coop.
For sure.
That's dope.
Yeah. She's great.
How do you feel about this draft pick, though?
I have gotten more and more high on him as the time has went by. I'm sure we'll talk about it. When you draft somebody this small, there's always going to be concerns about his size. The size is going to be something that he's just going to have to prove wrong. We've seen guys out there that have been good at miniature size, but obviously with the new NBA, with this new era of the NBA, when you see a lot of size at every position, you just have to prove it. And to prove it that you can play at this league despite being, 6'1", 6'2". So that's going to be my main concern. But outside of that, his game is very, very intriguing. He is a pure bucket getter. He is an advantage creator. He is someone that the Pistons did not have a lot of half-court creation. That's something that they wanted to add for their future. And he is absolutely he might be the best half-court creator in the draft. He definitely addresses that. Maybe not. We'll see how much he plays this year. I actually think he might play a little bit more than people think this year.
I do too.
But he definitely addresses all of that. There are concerns with that. He addresses every single bit of that.
A wise man said, and it's me right now, that he is going to be everything that Pistons fans think Marcus Sasser is. Because that's how like an actual bucket off the bench.
He is. I would say he's better than Marcus Sasser. Like I think he's just. I think he's just flatly better than Sasser. Like some of his numbers, what he was doing at 18 years old. Remember, Sasser was an older prospect coming into the draft. He's an older guy. Okorie is 18 years old and had to do all of the creation. Like there was a number floating out today that 80 plus of his field goals made were unassisted. For him to be creating 80 plus of his 80+% of his baskets while being incredibly efficient at 18 years old with not really much help at Stanford is absurd. Like that is absolutely crazy. So I think already at this young of an age, I think he's more explosive than Sasser is right now. I think he's a better driver than Sasser. I think he's a better paint touch than Sasser. I think Sasser probably has him as a better shooter, which is fine. But all of the other areas I think really matter, which as a guard who's a creator, I think he just is. And Sasser's fine. Like he's fine, but I think he's just kind of in a different stratosphere, to be honest, as a creator than Sasser.
Yeah, I think he's better. Like he's got better ball control. Like he's able to get wherever he wants on the court, and it looks smooth too. Like the one thing, even like the haters, everyone who doesn't like the pick can't deny is he's a bucket getter, and you could use that because last year Cade was the only one at certain points.
Yeah, you brought up the handle. Maybe one of the biggest sells with him is how much of a turnover suppression guy he is. There is this number floating out as well yesterday. If you looked at the turnover percentage of a team with this player on versus player off, he had the largest on-off of, I think, any player in the draft. Like, he does not turn the basketball over. He spoke about that yesterday. I was at the media event. We got to talk to him a little bit. He talked about how he had it drilled into him at a very young age to not turn the basketball over. It's always been who he is. He just does not turn it over. And his handle is so tight, it allows him to get to wherever he wants to get to. And that's one of the areas where a lot of people really turn the ball over is your handle is just not tight enough. When you get into these tight areas, you get it knocked away, you get knocked off your balance. He doesn't have any of those concerns, man. Like, he just does not turn the ball over. There's a nerdy stat I could say: creation turnover percentage is extremely low, man. He doesn't turn the ball over when he's creating, when he's getting downhill in scoring situations. He like you mentioned, he is a pure bucket getter. He's able to get to his spots, and he's not going to turn the basketball over. All of those things are things the Pistons needed.
The other thing caught my eye real quick too was when Trajan was talking about him running the second unit already.
Yeah, like he should be.
Trajan's speaking very confidently about him, and mind you, this is Trajan who poured the water on the Pistons during the playoff. Like, we haven't won a playoff game at home. We haven't won a playoff series. Like, it's that Trajan Langdon speaking very confidently about this draft pick. That's got me hyped about it too.
Yeah, I said this yesterday, and I mean this by no disrespect at all to Ron Holland. He loved the Ron Holland pick. But I was in the room when we talked to him after making the Ron Holland pick, and I was in the room after he made the Okorie pick. And you would have thought that Okorie was the top 5 draft pick that he made. Like, he was talking about Okorie. There was no ifs. I remember when they drafted Ron, he was very excited about Ron. But I remember they asked about his shooting, and he flat out said, and that's something I've always liked about Trajan. He's very transparent. Yeah. Even though I will say yesterday he was a little bit safe with some of the questions that people asked about potential moves that they're making, which is interesting. But I remember he was asked about Ron's shot, and he said, we all know that's the question mark. If he can improve his shot, then he'll hit. If not, then it's going to be a struggle for him. That's why we brought friend Vincent in. We believe he can develop it. He was very straight up with that. So there was an if he acknowledged with Ron. Yesterday, there was no ifs. He was talking in finalities. Okorie is this. He is that. He's going to be this. He already is that. Like, he was talking about him like he's this top 5 draft pick. Like, you would have thought they had one of the best picks in the draft. Like, he was... The word I used was giddy. He was extremely giddy talking about him. You would have thought that he had a top 5 pick in this draft.
And I look at this. You're talking about Trajan doing different things and being a little more reserved on some of the trade talks. But I think we all still believe that something's going to happen. I look at this now as with Ebuka, you have the free space to move Danis and Karras more easily than trying to hold on to Duncan. Like, you can have Ebuka run your second unit. You don't need those 2 shot makers. You can try to hold on to the shooter more. Do you see it as that? Like, he can, now you have that shot creator for real, so you can hold on to Duncan rather than fish him somewhere.
I think it's going to be very interesting to see, because I know the Pistons have been uber aggressive on the phones. We'll see if they end up pulling anything off. I think they will, but they've been uber aggressive. I think for me, and this part is speculation, everyone. I don't know if you guys saw. I got myself caught in the crossfire the last week and a half. But this is speculation. I just feel like what the Pistons are looking at this as, their roster, is they have a bunch of guys that if they trade some of their rotation, they have guys that can step up and replace it. Like, if they want to trade Isaiah Stewart, Paul Reed can just step up and replace him. They don't have to worry about going and find the replacement. They can move him and have a replacement already on the roster. I think they kind of look at that the same way with Danis and Okorie. They can move LeVert. They can move potentially Sasser. Yeah. I do think it's a possibility that they trade Duncan, because Duncan's contract is non-guaranteed. You can select the amount of money that you want to guarantee it up to make a deal work. So that's why I think why Miami's interested in him so much, to potentially bring him back, like we heard noise about that last week. So I think what Okorie does, what Danis does, maybe they could look at Sasser that way, who knows, but why they look at Paul Reed that way is that they can trade a bit of their rotation right now for a bigger piece without having to worry that, okay, now we have to go fill 5 positions. They have some replacements already in-house. I think that may be how they look at Okorie as well.
Yeah, that's why I initially wasn't as excited, because I wanted something bigger. I wanted something don't get me wrong, this kid's gonna be fun to watch, stuff like that. But I don't know how much closer it inches you to a championship, and that's just where I am at. Maybe I'm impatient about it. Where do you think the Pistons are with that, Trajan specifically? Is there a move coming, you think? I know you rumored the Tyler Hero stuff, but we got to July 6th for that one. Is that still on the table?
Yeah, I think the Tyler Hero stuff is very much still on the table. Mark Stein reported, I believe this morning actually, that the interest in him is still real. I've heard the same thing. They are still very much interested in him. I think I was cool with this pick because I know that they were very much interested in Yaxel, and if he would have fell a little bit farther, if he would have made it past 11, I think they may have gotten him. And I think he would have fit perfectly. But he went way too high, and that it is what it is. I think way Trajan attacks the draft is he's taking the best player available, and he's going to take the guy he thinks is going to be the best for them long term. And Okorie he looks dope, man. So I get why he takes him. Either way, I think the person that they were going to draft could help this year, but that shouldn't have been the main help either way. No matter who they picked, shouldn't have been the main help that they acquired this year. Maybe Yaxel, I was really high on Yaxel, so maybe he could have been like someone that could have played instantly. But again, he went way too high. Their moves are going to have to come in free agency in the trade market, and I don't think it's going to come in free agency really, because they got the MLE, which is about $15 million. They're not going to create cap space. They're not going to go that route. I don't see any reason why they would go that route. They'll have that, but it's not the strongest free agency class, especially for power forwards. I said yesterday, if you plan on going to the free agency and getting your new starting forward, you're basically shopping at Aldi's. You're not going to get Fruit Loops. You're going to get Apple Loops. You're not going to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You're not going to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You're going to get Cinnamon Toast Squares. Like that's what you're going to get. You're not. That's what you're going to get if you go to
Fruit Circles, man. Fruit Circles. Crispy rice, bro.
But so I think they're going to make some trades. I do think they are in the market for another scorer. They want to get another playmaker. They want to get another scorer. My only concern is if they use all of their avenues this summer to only get ball handlers and they walk into next year with Tobias starting and no other 4 again, I will probably lose it. I think the 4 is more important, to be honest. They need it. Tobias, I will always love him for what he did in the playoffs. I want him to retire a Piston. This is no shade at all, Tobias. I love Tobias. But I don't know how you can watch and see how teams guard him beyond the three-point line and think you can run that back again with Cade, Asar, and Duren as your trio. Like, you need a guy at that position that commands teams to have to respect him and are scared to help off of him. And when he is given a little bit of space, is happy to shoot it. Like, that's what you need. I don't think you can run it again with Tobias at the starting 4 spot. So that's why I think they should use most of their assets to go get that. But they are still interested in Harrow, and they're interested in Norman Powell as well. We'll see what they do. I would be shocked if they don't make multiple moves, though, within the next 2 weeks.
So who are those names at the power forward position? Like, when you speak to your sources, are the rumors – that the Pistons even rumored to be calling on those guys, again, PJ or anything like that?
Yeah, I think MPJ is a name to watch. We'll see what happens there. I think John Collins is a guy to watch in free agency. I wouldn't necessarily love that one. He's not very good on defense, and he just isn't the level of shooter I would like as well to make up for his defense. But John Collins is a name to watch. PJ Washington potentially is another name to watch. I made a big list of guys that fit the exact archetype they need. If I could find it, I probably can't find it this quickly. But either way,
you're good.
I would say MPJ, PJ Washington, John Collins in free agency, guys like that.
Go ahead, find it.
Hurry
up, find it.
I'll try. I'm scrolling. I'll try to see if I can get it. But yeah, I mean, guys like that, guys that can shoot.
So people in chat are pissed we say you're better than Sasser.
Pistons fans love them some Marcus Sasser. But getting back to
Marcus Sasser is fine, man. But Okorie is much better already.
I do too.
I think so too.
And we were talking about some way too early ceilings for him, and I brought up guys like Jamal Crawford and Lou Williams, and how I could see him like a realistic ceiling being that type of 6 man of the year scorer off the bench, but also looking at how he plays the game and how the game is now refereed, how offense is allowed to flow, how we're seeing Brunsons and SGAs do what they do offensively. He's so good at finding his spot, getting the defender off balance, hitting those leaners, those ugly shots. How important do you think that was as a factor for Trajan to love him so much?
I think it was a huge factor. I talked with the NBA draft scout yesterday, right before I started recording, and he compared him to Kemba Walker. So I think that is a big deal for why they went and got Okorie. They desperately needed another guy who could create his own shot, create advantages, and not rely on Cade to create everything for him to be able to do something. So I think that is by far and away the biggest reason why they went and got Okorie. By far and away the number one reason. I did find the tweet though for the names that I had for the power forward. So what the qualifiers I had were you had to shoot at least 35% from 3. You had to be at least a plus rebounder. So the way there's a nerdy stat that qualifies that, but a plus rebounder, 35% from 3, and your 3-point rate had to be at least 40%. So it means you shoot well from 3 and you actually shoot a lot of them. Like, you're not just shooting 2 threes a game. You have to shoot a lot of them, shoot well, and you actually have to be a plus rebounder. These are the names that fit the list: Bobby Portis, Khalil Ware, Onyeka Okongwu, Jalen Smith, MPJ, Jabari Smith Jr. I would really like Jabari. If the Rockets moved off of him, I think he would fit perfectly. Naz Reid, Lauri Markkanen, Santi Aldama, Kawhi Leonard, Tari Eason. And another name that missed it just barely, but you can basically put him on there, is John Collins. So those are the names I think would be on the list. A guy that can shoot threes and can still rebound pretty well. those are the names that I would look at.
So John just missed the list. Why aren't you a fan of that signing?
So I don't know if I would say I'd be fine with the signing. He just missed the list because he didn't. I don't think he rebounded or shot just enough threes this year. But in past years he would have made it. I think 3 of the last 4 years he would have qualified. So it was just something this past year he didn't get enough of. So I would put him on the list. I'm not as big of a fan of John Collins because he's not a very good defender. And I think if you go out and let's say if they use the MLE on John Collins, it means they traded for a guard. And the guards that they keep being listed to are not good defenders either. And I think if you walk out there, let's just say, for example, let's just use this. If they were to get Tyler Hero in a trade, sign John Collins, and then start Jalen Duren, I think your defense is dropping like at least 7 spots at that point. Like the thing that made them special, you're dropping. Tyler Hero's a terrible defender. Collins is not a very good one. Duren was really riding Asar's coattails on defense this past year. Like, that's the main reason. If they were to get a guy at the 2, or if they moved Asar down to the 2 and got another wing that could be a 2-way guy and then got John Collins, I'm cool with it. If they got Tyler Hero but then got a 2-way power forward, then I'm cool with it. If you get both, if both the additions are bad defenders, I'm having nightmares already thinking about it.
2 of those guys are available to acquire up until July 6th.
What do you think of MPJ for defensive wise? I know he's not a good defender, but like he, in a system in Denver, played his role defensively that he needed to win a championship. So I feel like he could, with Asar and Duren, I think with his length and athleticism, he could at least be a suitable defender.
Yes.
Yeah, MPJ, the thing with him is that he's a really strong rebounder and he's big. So he plays to his size. He doesn't play small. That's the big thing. John Collins, I just don't have the same level of belief. And like you mentioned, I've seen MPJ in a structure defensively contribute. He's never going to be like this super plus defender, but I've seen him in Denver at times be, especially during their playoff run or their championship run. I've seen him sit down defensively off ball, be a fine weak side rim protector, be very active on the – he's a very strong rebounder for his size. And again, like I said, he plays to that size and strength. So again, you don't have to be like a crazy defender, but I need you to at least play to your size. You need to be a strong guy. You need to be active on the glass, that kind of thing. And I think MPJ can do it. And the other thing, MPJ doesn't have to be a strong defender because he's one of the best shooters in the entire NBA. He just bends your offense to a degree that no one else really can. So if John Collins was shooting like MPJ and causing that kind of gravity, I would say, okay, screw it then. Just do it. But I don't think he's shooting like that, and he's also a little bit of a poor defender. I don't know if it's worth it. I would be fine with it, but then I'd need the other guy that they get to be a 2-way guy.
2 names you mentioned, Khalil Ware and Bobby Portis. Are those realistic? Are those names that you think the Heat would be willing to let go of? I'm sorry, not the Heat. I'm sorry, Milwaukee now.
The Heat have Bobby Portis now.
Yeah, that's right.
I think Bobby is realistic. I don't know how I feel about Bobby either. He didn't play that well this past year for Milwaukee. Now, some of that, I don't know if it's slippage or if it's team was trash, so he clocked out. Like, that could be it. We see it happen all the time. But this past year, he wasn't as good as he's been. But Bobby, I think, is realistic. Khalil Ware, I do not. I think if he were to not be in Milwaukee, it's because he's maybe going to the Lakers. But him for the Pistons, no, I don't think it's realistic.
Damn, 7-foot 3-point shooter would have been nice to have, though.
I like it. Yes, I really would have liked him, but I don't think he's realistic for the Pistons.
I agree with you, and to kind of go back to the rookie, but also kind of dovetail into the conversation we're having now in offseason moves and future moves. How important, Koo, do you think it was that they made this selection? Because I feel like Trajan, part of him realized, okay, looking at these team structures, I need to have somebody on a rookie contract who in 3 to 4 years can be contributing at a higher level and be a great market value move for the Pistons. So how much of that do you think factored into his decision of making a draft pick rather than going the route and using that pick to get somebody today like an Isaiah Joe or whoever that the Pistons have been linked to that they like?
I think it plays a huge part. I think it's going to play a huge part in literally every move he makes. He's talked about this at a few press conferences, and I understand why a lot of fans – and look, I think he's going to make moves. I think he's going to be – he's been aggressive. I think he's going to make moves. But I don't think fans quite comprehend the new salary rules and the new CBA with the second aprons and how much money they're about to commit to Asar, Cade, and Duren. You do need to get another guy. It's going to be expensive, sure. But that's why it's so important to have, like you mentioned, cost-controlled guys around them. It's so important that you can get guys look at OKC. OKC has so many players on their team that are contributing, being paid $5 million. Like, Jared McCain's getting paid, I think, $4 million. Like, it's crazy how many guys. Go look at San Antonio. San Antonio has so many guys on cost-controlled rookie deals that are contributing at such a high level. All of these teams you are seeing that are winning at the highest level have like these cost-controlled contracts that are allowing them to pay their top guys what they paid them. I mean, the Knicks didn't, but the Knicks also got Brunson to take $120 million less than he would have, which allowed them to go get everyone else. So they're like a rare example. You can't like really use them as a team to compare to. You look at OKC, look at San Antonio. They have their best guys, and even OKC this year was able to. I think this was the last year SGA was on that steal of a contract. I think next year he starts the Supermax. But having these guys who are on cheap deals and getting these rookies or these first contract rookies is super important, and getting value out of those contracts at some point is super important. It doesn't have to maybe be the first year, but those second, third, and fourth years, getting value out of them on those contracts, it's so, so important. I think is really big reason why he went with Okorie here. Corey's 18 years old, or is going to be 19. I think he's 19, going to be 19 when the season starts. Mm-hmm. He's going to be in his second year, 20 years old, hopefully ready to take on a big responsibility. And then for 3 years, you have him for what, $4 or $5 million, and he's going to be contributing like a big role, hopefully. Like, that's a game changer when it comes to team building.
And you look at all of the like times we've seen that happen in recent history. When you look at like Devin Booker, you look at Jalen Brunson for the Mavericks, you look at all of those guys before they actually got the bag. That's when they were in the finals. And then, like you said, obviously the Knicks, Jalen Brunson did the ultimate solid in the world, so you can't really compare that one.
It's kind of like it really is starting to kind of be like QBs and like rookie deals. How you always talk about that in the NFL. How like that's the spending time. It's probably not the. I mean, unless you're Wemby and you get a steal like that with the Spurs. But most of the time, your best player not comparable. He's going to be getting paid, but the guys around him, if you can take advantage of their rookie scale contracts or when they're cheap to be able to splurge, that's really important. I think that's the main reason as well. You're seeing that the Pistons don't want to really give out long-term salary. It's the reason why you're seeing them be linked to guys that they can maybe sign to 2-3 year deals, because not to get super nerdy, it's going to be hard to explain, but like 2029 is when the aprons probably are really going to start hurting the Pistons. They have enough space until then. Asar's contract isn't going to kick in when he eventually does sign it, isn't going to kick in until next summer, and then it's the second year when you have all your guys close to that apron. It's the second year that really starts to hurt you. So they have until the 29 season to really like be able to pay guys and not have to worry about, okay, now we're restricted here, now we're restricted here. We got to start making cap casualties. They have 3 years to do that, which is why you're seeing them connected to these guys that they can just sign 2-3 year contracts to. So having that combined with the fact of having guys like Danis Jenkins being contributor like he was on a $4 million, a two-way guy, Javonte Green being a contributor on a minimum contract, Okorie, like you guys just like, that is so important in today's NBA when it comes to team building. The expensive teams you're seeing, the expensive teams are not succeeding. New York, again, I don't think is a fair example because Jalen Brunson might have cheated. Who knows? I don't know what happened with that contract.
Might have planted some trees. Might have planted some trees.
Yeah, I don't know what they did over there, but removing that, these
Pablo
super
Torre,
expensive
get on
teams,
that shit ASAP, brother.
OKC is expensive, but you guys get what I mean. The other guys that are helping, they're all on cheap contracts. It's a big deal.
I've been I think Trey Murphy's like the perfect fit on Cade Cunningham, 3-point defender. I've been a big wings when you rings guy, but yesterday when we were talking about the hypotheticals between what you're giving up for Trey, which is rumored to be around, it's insane, I don't know why, 3 first-round picks, and then what it's probably going to cost to get Tyler Hero. I've kind of sided with Hero in that argument because I feel like it offers you some flexibility, where I feel like if we go on and Trey Murphy, that's kind of it. Like, that's what you're committing to because you have no more draft capital to go and elevate that. Or where you at that, Tyler Hero versus Trey Murphy?
I completely agree with you. I think if you talked with the Pistons, you put them on a lie detector test, they would tell you that Trey Murphy's probably number one on their list of guys they'd love to have. But when you then take into account the value that they're asking for him, I just don't think it's possible. They've been – I mean, I think that's the main reason why you didn't see him traded last night, because they're still asking for something crazy. And Trajan has made it clear that he's not going to get scammed. He's not going to overpay. And I think I had heard 2 weeks ago that they were very, very interested in Trey Murphy and wanting to go after him. And they felt like they could get somewhere. And then it kind of fell apart. And then last week we heard from Trajan at a presser, and I said that it was the most frustrated or annoyed or irritated I've ever seen him. And it felt like when he was talking about how, it takes two teams to tango. Some teams have to stay at prices, and I can't just, you can't just force a team to do a deal with you. You need another team to operate in good faith. And I felt like he was talking directly to somebody. Like, he looked irritated. And I feel like he might have been talking to some of them. I don't want to pay that much for Trey Murphy. I think he would fit really well. I agree with you. I think if they had it their way, he would be the guy that they go after. But what they're asking for is just crazy. He ain't worth all that. And where it comes to Tyler Hero, I do think he'd be cheaper. The extension talks would be a little scary for me. I think they'd probably come to deal with like 3-year. I mean, I would want like a 3-year, maybe $100 million deal. Like, that would be where I'd want to be at. He probably wants way more than that. Yeah. So I'd love to see what that would look like if they actually did trade for Hero. But just like you said, that's why I'm interested more in Hero if I had to pick one, because I don't think he'd cost as much as what it sounds like Trey Murphy would, like stew 3-4 first-round picks and another. Like, nah, bro, it's not. No, not doing that.
Do your sources have anything on what Milwaukee would want for Hero? Are they gonna hold him hostage to the trade deadline and get what they want, or what?
So, look, I want to be careful with my words, because last week I caught myself in a little bit of crossfire. Last week I was under the understanding that the Pistons. Last week, from what I was told, it felt like the Pistons thought they were close to something. They thought that they had, okay, we're willing to do that, we're good. And then the price elevated, it got higher, and now they're like, okay, we're not doing that. Amon-Ra reported on this of the Free Press. He reported on this, I think, 2 days ago, and the package of players he heard that could be involved was Stu, Ron Holland, and Duncan Robinson. So I think that matches what I heard as well. I think you're looking at something like that. I don't know. And this is more me speculating this part. I think Duncan is more of an interest to Miami because his contract is non-guaranteed, and they need people who are cheap and people that can guarantee little to now with this Giannis deal. So I think that's why you heard Duncan's names involved. I know that Milwaukee's team really likes Stu and Ron Holland. I know that for a fact. So I think that's kind of like what you're looking at with a Hero deal. I think you might be looking at Stu and Ron to Milwaukee for Tyler Hero. I think they might try to get another first out of you. I don't know if I'd want to do that. But I think that's overall framework of if they make a deal for Tyler Hero, I think that's probably what you're looking at. I think you're looking at Stu and Ron probably going out the door.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it too.
I think I want to ask you guys. I want to ask you guys something real quick. What do you guys think about Ron being in? I don't want to say trade rumors, but this specific one, it sounds like they were willing, at least according to what Amari heard and what I heard and what a lot of people heard. It sounded like everybody heard the same thing at the same time. But according to what a lot of people heard, they were willing to throw Ron in a deal for Tyler Hero. What do you guys think of that?
I'm okay with it. The playoffs, he was very little value to you, and what you hope he could be is a star, and you already have a star on your team, and you're already talking about extending him at somewhere around 32, which I think is very reasonable. And it's a more question mark. What is he going to develop into? I'm okay with it. It sucks, whatever, but I'm fine with it. He offered you nothing in the playoffs this year.
Can't play with two Tony Allens. Like I love Ron, I do, and I think he has still an insanely high upside if he actually figures out the jumper. But you can't wait for him to figure it out right now. You're in a championship window.
I think he's more helping you win those regular season games to get to the playoffs. In the playoffs, he offered almost nothing other than the one Cavs game he came in.
And one thing before we get too far away from the Hero and Trey Murphy stuff, cool. You actually put out a tweet a while ago I remember seeing of Trey Murphy and his lack of isolation scoring and his lack of shot creation, and that's where that's why I'm all the way in on Tyler Hero, like in that debate, because I think that is so important to me. And easy to talk about how he was 19, averaging 16 in the finals. Like
14,
that's important. We need somebody that
benched Duncan for him.
Yeah, and he was the second best player on two teams that went to the NBA Finals. So that's something. Herb Jones.
So I'm looking down. I'm looking down because I wanted to pull up. You brought up Tyler Hero in the self creation, and you're 100% right about Trey Murphy. That's the thing I think a lot of fans are wrong about with Trey Murphy. They think Trey Murphy's going to come in and help this creation. He has not been a good creator. There hasn't been a point of his career when he's been like this creator. He was really bad at it last year. Anything in isolation, anything in pick and rolls, anything that involves him having to dribble, he's not that great. He can attack closeouts, he can make a move off of a closeout. If he catches the ball on the move, guys closing out, he can attack a closeout, get to a step back, or attack and get downhill. That he can do. But that's not really creation. Creation is isolation. Creation is getting me a screen. I'm getting downhill. I can either get me a shot or I find someone. That's not what he can do. Tyler Hero, though, I'm not the highest on Tyler Hero, but I think some people are going a little too. Some people who are just out on him are going too far.
Yeah.
If you look at, like, for example, and this is coming from someone who was not the biggest person on Tyler Hero, but listen, man, in 2025. He had a bonker season, bro. Listen to this. As a pick and roll ball handler, he was in the 100th percentile. 100th percentile as a pick and roll ball handler. In isolation, he was in the 100th percentile in isolation.
Damn, wow.
As a spot up shooter. On 527 possessions, 90th percentile.
Holy
and coming off handoffs, he was in the 87th percentile. That 2025 season he had 2 years ago was absolutely was crazy elite. Like,
wow.
Not towards the top. He was literally the top. He was crazy.
And those are his percentages in like making those shots, or how often he is in isolation.
So it goes. It's points per possession. So how much do you score in those situations? So basically, he was the best at scoring efficiently in those situations. He was. I could get you the field goal percentage.
And then you add Cade Cunningham to him.
Yeah,
it's
such a good compliment.
Last year he was hurt, and last year they played a different style too. I'm sure people know that they went away from doing any kind of screen and roll. They were. I forget the coach they brought in. They did the same thing that Memphis did. They moved away from screening and kind of went to a movement offense, which is a little bit of an adjustment for him. And he was dealing with injuries last year, so he didn't have as good of a year last year. I have questions about Tyler Hero as a defender. I think him as a defender is really scary to me, especially in the playoffs. We've seen defenders get played off. We saw it happen with the Pistons, how their lack of defenders but Duncan and Tobias really hurt them against Cleveland. So that's the part that really scares me. And there's been playoff runs where Tyler Hero has been vastly just really bad for the Heat and times where they had to sit him in the last few years. With that said, with those concerns, if Tyler Hero can be anything close to what he was literally just 2 years ago before the system changed and he got hurt, if he can be anything close to that year, I think people acting like he wouldn't make them better are trolling. Like that year was bonkers, man. If he can be anything like that, that would be something the Pistons haven't had. I don't even know since when to say. Like, that was crazy.
Rip Hamilton.
So, yeah, he fits offensively, man. I made a podcast a few days ago when I went through 5 guys that if the Pistons traded for him, I'd be like, I wasn't the biggest fan, but I get it. He's number one. Like, I'm not the huge fan of him, but if they were to trade for him, I 100% get it. He fits everything they want offensively. It's just the defense, which is why I would not want John Collins. But I get the offense. The offense would be incredible.
Could you afford to bring back Tobias if you acquire Tyler Hero? Yeah, could you clean up the books?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's
yes, Tobias. So what's going to happen there is they're going to stay over the cap, and since they have Tobias Harris's bird rights, they can do every other move they want before Tobias, and then just sign Tobias back without needing cap space. They just make him the last move they have to do.
You got to do it.
So they could get, like I'm saying, I put it out there yesterday. I said if Trajan locks in.
Trust me,
you can have Hero and MPJ, and then re-sign Tobias.
I mean, that would be. Look, I would look, man. If in 2 weeks I saw that the Pistons had Tyler Hero and MPJ, I'm probably doing laps, man. I'd be going crazy.
I mean,
I'd be going crazy.
You technically can. It's until that Asar deal kicks in that where you really face the trouble. So you have the flexibility. You have probably the trade packages to get them because they're both on short terms, but. Cool. While we're getting crazy here with Pistons offseason ideas, I assume the Pistons don't have the appetite for this, but it's a good conversation nonetheless. With Jaylen Brown being available, I think that you can logically from the outside say, okay, there's a package there that can work around Duren. Boston needs size. They need interior scoring and picks for Jaylen Brown. How much appetite do you think the Pistons have for a move like this, or are they just strictly kind of preferring the Tyler Hero and maybe Trey Murphy or MPJ or whatever, maybe a couple guys versus getting that one big top salary guy next to Cade Cunningham? What do you think their kind of appetite is for that?
I think their appetite definitely is more of the add multiple guys, cheaper contracts, get those guys. Not I'm not saying they're just going to go after guys that don't make big of difference. I mean, we just talked about Tyler Hero. We talked about MPJ a little bit. We talked about Norman Powell's a guy that I think they might go after as well if they can't get Tyler Hero. Like, there's a bunch of guys that they're linked to. Trey Murphy, a bunch of guys they've been linked to. Kyrie, who's on a good contract as well. Jaylen Brown, though, I think guys like, not even just Jaylen Brown, but if you just look at his contract, he's making $57 million this year, $61 million the next year, then $65 million the year after that. I don't think they have any appetite for that. I don't think they believe they can afford that kind of money on the book. So Jaylen Brown, I do think they have a package for him. I mean, it sounds like they want a center. If they really wanted to, they could trade Duren for him, or with, Duren a pick or two, whatever for him. Like, they could do that. I don't think they have any appetite for that, though. Contracts that big, I don't think they're looking at. I think that's the main reason why I kind of have crossed Lauri Markkanen off any kind of possibility, because his contract also is pretty scary. Scary maybe is a bit strong. Just it's a hefty contract, and I think that maybe is why they shipped away from him as well.
I had one of my friends try to check me, because I go to you with this one, because you were kind of there with me too with the Ivy saga, me. And they're like, why do you like this pick and you didn't like the Ivy fit with Cade? And I said this kid's a better shooter than Ivy at a younger age, and I think he's better at the rim. Am I wrong there? They said they're the same player. I said, no, they're not.
Ivy's missing layups.
So, though the funniest thing about this is that, hold on, let me scroll up.
You got the same thing?
Got the same comments.
Let's go.
So I had gotten the same comments about comparing him to Ivy. So I went through and did a complete breakdown. I went through all the stats, and I was going to make a podcast later saying how it's dumb to compare him to Ivy. So I'll just go ahead and read you all the ones I have right here for you. So here, I'm just going to go through just a section of stats.
One, he's an atheist.
Number one.
That's crazy, dude. That's wild. Or what they say, he's Muslim. Like,
I don't.
He's a sinner.
One, he's Buddhist. So.
I don't think you gotta worry about that stuff. All right, so one, there was only 3 players in college basketball this past year to have at least 4 unassisted rim makes while also having at least a .35 free throw rate and shoot 80% from the line. Ebuka Okorie was one. The other 2 were Darius Acuff and I believe Dalen Swain. So there's only 3 guys that did that this whole draft class, and we're talking about a draft class that is deep with talent. To move on, 80+% of Ebuka Okorie's made field goals were unassisted. Jaden Ivey was assisted on quite a bit of all of his buckets. He played with Zach Edey, everyone has to remember. He played a lot of off-ball. Yeah. He had a lot of stuff created for him. He had nowhere near, even a little bit, of the self-creation that Ebuka Okorie has coming out of college. That's number one. Number 2, Jaden Ivey was a walking turnover. Literally just a walking turnover. If he'd stepped on the court, you might as well pencil in 4 turnovers for the Pistons at least. That's what we're talking about. You look at Okorie's turnover percentage was just above 10%. Ivy on drives 20% at his time in Purdue. 20% turnover. So that basically doubled Okorie and in turnover rate at Purdue. And then the last one, Okorie is much better in the in-between area than Jaden Ivey was. Jaden Ivey didn't have much of a floater. He didn't have much of a mid-range. Okorie has a higher 2-point true shooting percentage than Ivey did, and he's much better in the in-between floater area than Jaden Ivey was as well. He has a way better handle than Jaden Ivey. He's much more elusive east to west with his handle as well. He can get around guys. Ivey was very explosive, but it was more of a straight line explosion. He wasn't a east-west athlete, I would say. He was a great athlete, vertical and straight line. Okorie is much more shifty around the basket. He can get around guys. He's creative with his finishes. And lastly, if you look at Okorie's finishing numbers, the finishing numbers are the one thing that I would be a little concerned about for me. But when you look at, this is if you talk with scouts and you look at some of the numbers, it makes me not as concerned. I want to see it at the next level. I still need to see it. But almost all of Okorie's layups or finishes at the basket were self-created. He was driving and having to create all of these looks at the rim on a really tough Stanford team with a lot of bad context. But he had an ability to finish with either hand. He had a ton of and ones. Trajan said at the press conference he thinks that he had the most and ones in the country. I don't know if that's right, but Trajan said that. And that was on a bad context team at Stanford. Ivy had over 100 less layup attempts than Okorie did at his time at Purdue. He shot a higher percentage, but again, a ton of those were just him backdoor cuts. A lot of those were him having shots created for him. He wasn't tasked at all with the kind of creation that Okorie is. So when you take into account that we're looking at different type of caliber finishes, we're not talking about backdoor easy layup at the rim or backdoor challenge a contest at the rim. We're talking about a guy getting downhill, creating, and then having to finish amongst the trees once he actually gets there. That's a lot tougher. And then the last thing I would say is he has a similar free throw rate to Ivy did at Purdue, but he also shoots his free throw percent. His free throw percentage is also much higher than Ivy. He had way better shooting or indicators than Ivy as well. He shot 35% on pull-up threes this past year. Okorie did. I know you look at the numbers and see, 35%, only 5.5 attempts. Well, per 100 possessions, he shot at least 10 threes a game. And on pull-up threes, again, a lot of those threes were not catch and shoot. Yeah. He's taking step back. He's taking pull-ups. 35% on pull-up threes is crazy. Last 22 games of his season, 38% from three. So he's just a better. I think he's just a flat-out better prospect than Ivy. I know people liked Ivy, and Ivy did have an injury that hurt. I'm like, that's fair. I think comparing him to Ivy is a lazy comparison. That's why I would say.
I agree. I appreciate it. I'm going to screen record all that. I'm listening to him.
Easy's back.
The main thing you have to put out is just Ivy was an off-ball guard. That's really the biggest comparison, or the biggest flaw in the comparison. Yeah. Ivy is an off-ball guy that didn't have nearly, not even I would even say like 5% of the on-ball stuff Okorie does. Okorie can play off-ball, but his on-ball stuff is like stratospheres, galaxies different than Ivy. He is way farther ahead than Ivy was as an on-ball creator. It's ridiculous.
Where are your concerns with him as a finisher, though? You said that you had some concerns there?
So his finishing numbers on the season were not great. He shot 53% on layups, and I believe his overall percentage at the rim was like, I think 57%. I had the numbers in front of me, but I lost it. I think it was 57% at the rim. So I would be that. Those are not great numbers, but again, I think when you take into account the context of his situation at Stanford, the fact that everything was him having to create for himself, not a ton of spacing. When you watch some of the finishes he had, he showcases a lot of touch. So I don't have as much concerns about it as I did when they immediately drafted him, because immediately when they drafted, I just looked at the numbers and got worried. I watched a little bit more, read a little bit more. I want to say I'm super concerned. It is something that you need to see play out, though, because he is a miniature guy. You need to see, does that affect him at the next level? But I honestly would have a little bit more confidence in him than Ivy. Ivy had much better finishing numbers at Purdue. He was a way better finisher, but again, a lot of it was not self-created. So, and Ivy not being a good finisher at the next level shocked a lot of people. So, I don't know. I would watch for it. That's why I would say the self-creation, the shot, the ability to get downhill, the ability to get to the paint, the ability to get his own shot off inside the three-point line. I don't really have any concerns about him doing that. Once he gets to the rim, I want to see how he finishes at the next level. But he also draws an insane amount of free throws once he gets to the rim. So even if he's not the greatest finisher, he should begin to the free throw line at a crazy rate, and he hits his free throws. So I'm really interested to watch him at Summer League.
I think he fits the modern NBA just perfectly, honestly. Like with what the league is now, I think he's just a perfect guy to come on. And like I'm serious, in not next year, but in a couple of years, I could see him 6th Man of the Year competition if he's not, if he's not in the starting line.
Look, man, he's a smaller guy, but he has a 6'8" wingspan. He's really built too, so he looks like he can grow into it. Like he's not a 6'1", 6'2" that looks like really tiny. Like he's built. He looks like he has a body he can build into as well too. And he has a super long wingspan. I mean, he spoke about it yesterday that he knows he's joining a defensive team and he's ready to bring it on the defensive end of the floor and be like this turnover creator.
Yeah.
I really like the kid, man. Every scout that I've talked to, every draft person in the community that I follow and really trust, most of them had him as a top 10 prospect in this draft. And
wow,
this draft was insane. Like this draft depth was crazy. It was insane. So I think that speaks pretty highly for him. I think he's going to be really good.
You gave all those physicals. Mind, he's 19.
Yeah.
He's going to grow, get stronger.
Yeah, he's young, man.
He could grow 1-2 inches, and then he's a top 5 pick.
Wow, actually.
I don't. Yeah, really. Like I don't think people truly understand how insane it is for him to be an 18-year-old and have 80% or 80+% of his made buckets be all his own creation while also being uber efficient. Like that should not happen. That is crazy. That is absurd.
And now he's joining Kate.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's there's a reason why you hear people saying he's like Kemba, Kyrie, like it's crazy the self-creation he has.
I can't wait to get a hold of him in 2K.
2K.
30 for the fuck of it.
He should be a fun 2K guy, dude. I'm not going to lie.
For sure. 2K legend. Cool, man. I appreciate your time. If you guys don't know, it's
Shout
Cool
out
Khalil of
Platte.
Locked On Pistons, live Monday through Friday. Not live, but every day this guy's going live. Cool, plug yourself, man. Let people know.
Hey, yo.
You guys can find the podcast Locked On Pistons over on YouTube, whatever podcast platform you guys check it out. Locked On Pistons, like you mentioned, Monday through Friday. We have been sometimes having an extra episode on the weekend if I'm feeling up for it, but you have that. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we record a live squad show episode with Lindsey Hunter every Tuesday, Thursday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys can join in, ask questions to us, hang out with us. Lindsey is absolutely hilarious. He's crazy, man. He is absolutely hilarious. So tune into there. I appreciate you guys always having me. Hopefully Summer League is super fun, man. I'm going to be really interested to see how he does. And hopefully by then they've made a few moves, because if they haven't, I'd be pretty disappointed.
I'm with you, too. You got to strike while it's hot. Got that
Appreciate
3-year
you,
window,
Coop.
like you said, to 20 to 29, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do something. Got to do something. Cool. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
We'll see.
Peace out, bro.
All right, man. Catch you guys later.
See you, man.
Shout out to Cool, dude. Best in the
Shout
game.
out to Cool. Cool.
Thriving Buddies.
Like I'm cool, clear.
Let me tell you guys about Thrive. Listen, most people think that energy comes in a 16-ounce can full of sugar and neon-colored liquid, but listen, you guys know better. It's time to upgrade your game with Thrive energy pouches. I'm feeling pretty clean with a little winter green right here. Shout out Thrive, keeping me going throughout the day. This is not your daddy's dip. It's a tobacco-free, nicotine-free mental powerhouse packing 300 milligrams of clean, smart caffeine, including alpha GPC and L-theanine. No jitters, no sugar crash, and zero bloating. Thrive can be found online at dipstop.com. Remember to use promo code WSN for 15% off your entire order, and exclusively at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. Thrive Energy, clean energy, zero distractions. They just effing work.
And with all that energy, fuel up on some pizza. Buddy's Pizza, home of the original Detroit-style pizza. They've been doing it for 80 years. You just saw them on Crunch Time talking about their 80-year history. It's impressive, man, and the food is just as impressive. They got the meatballs, they got the salads, they got the wings, they got the breadsticks, they got them all. They talked about this cheese bread today. I was like, oh, I didn't know about that. So I need to try that next time I have Buddy's. Make sure you guys tap in. Buddy'sPizza.com. Save 10% with the promo code 10meal. That's 10meal at Buddy'sPizza.com. Check it out.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. Two, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Experience summer in Detroit with pro soccer at Keyworth Stadium. Every Detroit City FC match brings a new reason to show up early and stay late. Tickets are available now at deadcityfc.com.
Supreme Lending, man. These guys are the dream team. Call Chad and Chris. Their numbers are on the screen today. They got 0% down payment programs available. And you know what? They don't waste your money and they don't waste your time. You can save $500 by mentioning Woodward Sports. Again, 97% customer satisfaction scored, 99% close on time. They do not waste your time. and they save you money. So make sure if you're buying a house right now, you tap in with Supreme Lending. Check it out. Tell us about All Day.
All Day, Ethan. Listen, All Day IPA has been in the game for 15 years. You know, they've mastered the India Pale Ale game. Grab yourself some. It's Founders. It's delicious. It's Michigan companies supporting Michigan companies. Go check out All Day IPA from Founders.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WhatSports.com. I'm Easy, Josh Rax, young
up,
Chris,
Lacey Nala?
Gordon
What's up?
Jones in the building. Shout to smash the numbers in the Woodward Sports chat. I see him saying the second-round picks are worth nothing. To be honest with you, I feel like that's changing a little bit.
Yeah,
100%.
Between Draymond Green, you got Joker, Jalen Brunson. Wasn't he a second-round pick?
Yes.
Top of the second round?
Yep. Top of the second
Like,
round.
it's
And
things
the new
is changing.
CBA. The new CBA.
And the new CBA.
Tyrese Maxey was a second-round pick,
No,
too?
he was
No, he was
late
first round.
Late first.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
Dennis Rodman was a second-round
we had
pick.
3 first-round picks.
Swing and a miss.
And passed on Tyrese Maxey 3 times. Wayne Dukes, shout out. He said over 200 watching, under 100 likes. Dang, chat. It don't take much.
Come on. See?
guys.
Shout out Wayne Dukes.
Shout out Uncle Wayne Dukes in
Shout
the
out.
chat. And, yeah, make sure you guys smash that like button. Shout out to
Manu
Coach
Ginobili, second-round pick.
for pulling
Yep.
through. Yeah, Manu Ginobili, second round. I mean, there's
I'm going way too far. Marcus Sol, second-round pick.
Yes. There's a lot of great second
Michael Reeves, a second-round pick?
Yes, sir.
let's hear from Lindsey. What Lindsey had to think about
Rashard Lewis.
Ebuka Okorie, the newest Detroit Pistons.
Chris Middleton. Wow, there's a lot.
Well, you said everything with a 1 in it is a really good thing. Well, pick number 17 was Ebuka Okorie out of Stanford last night, Detroit Pistons. Talk about the move. A lot of people on the fence. They like the move, but don't know if the time is right, et cetera, et cetera. He's too short. I don't know. These are things I'm hearing. We had to have the OG legend himself. Tell us what the real is.
First of all, people that didn't follow college basketball don't know the kid.
Yes, sir.
But if you've watched, that kid was a monster. That kid dropped 36 on North Carolina, like it was nothing.
Yep.
Like he has it, man. He has an opportunity to be really, really good. And if you've watched C.J. McCollum, if you've watched crafty guards have success in the NBA and size not being a factor, this kid has all those attributes. Like you can't stay in front of him. He can shoot the basketball with range. He's athletic. He can defend. So he's a total package. So people that always get caught up in this style, he's not big enough. He's not
measurables.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. It just depends on the situation you're in. There have been a lot of successful guards, 6'2" and under. You know what I mean?
Talk about it.
We just had one that win Finals MVP.
Shout out to Jalen Brunson.
Exactly.
And the New York Knicks.
Exactly.
As Anson called him.
So I really like this pick. I think that kid is going to do well. I think Trajan has a role for him, especially as a rookie. I think he'll lead that second unit and be a guy that can score without needing any help, which the Pistons really need. We need another scorer to go along with Cade that you don't have to run pick and roll all the time for. This guy can go get a bucket, and that's what we need.
How many times when Cade Cunningham left the floor, the Detroit Pistons offense was left in that?
Yeah.
With nothing to give.
You just on an island, yeah. Running around, nobody doing anything. Dan is dribbling the ball for 20 seconds.
And trust me, I get it too. Like I wanted Tyler Hero last night. I didn't want to make a draft pick. I wanted to go get Tyler Hero last night. We got this kid, and we can still get Tyler Hero. I got to keep reminding myself that. So I'm reminding you guys that as well too. But the scoring he offers, just for this team alone, we needed it. The ball handling we needed. Even off the bench, like just I don't know, man. I'm falling in love with this pick more and more as the day goes on.
Yep.
And to hear Lindsey Hunter, 2-time NBA champion, played with the greatest 5 alive, and Kobe Bryant. To say something like that, I'm with them. And again, pick 17, guys.
Yeah.
You're getting that value at pick 17. That's huge for the Detroit Pistons, Trajan Langdon.
I love it. I mean, I like the pick, and hearing a guy like Lindsey Hunter, like shout out Uncle Lindsey, dude. That's my dog. I fucking love Lindsey.
Shout
it's good
out.
to see him a couple times.
He settles every single basketball debate we have.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Text Lindsey, see what he says.
49ers, they might be.
Football, different story.
Yeah, it's a different story. But no, he's right, man. This guy. Like, we were so desperate of somebody to create their own bucket, and he can. That's what he does. That's what he is specifically good at, is creating his own shot, and it's exactly what you needed. And as Koo pointed out, the lack of turnovers on top of the efficiency in self-created shots is not something that you can like teach. Like that's not something you can get better at. That's just being fundamentally sound at basketball, and I love it. I love it as a creator off the bench. It's exactly what you need. And like I said, I can easily see him stepping and taking Dennis's role as quickly as the beginning of next season, and Dennis being involved as a package for either a 4 or a starting 2.
Absolutely. This opens up your team so much, like we talked about, having a player that you think can and expect to now contribute at a high level, at a very, very reasonable, affordable price tag. This is going to be huge for the Pistons. I love this kid, man. The more and more I watch the tape, the more and more I talk to people, I wonder why the hell I had Cameron Carr over this guy. And I was a big Cameron Carr guy, and I still am.
Cameron Carr
I do think he's going to be good. It was just, honestly, it was the size.
Yeah.
It was the size. But like as Lindsey talked about, it's not the size, it's what you do with it. And Ebuka, the way he plays, that kid
I
is.
tell my girl that every night.
I tell her that every time.
Shout out Rachel.
Yeah, shout out Rachel. As long as you listen well, man, everything's good. But no, I will say that when it comes to Ebuka, his creation and his ability, like there's just no considerable weak flaws in his game other than like Ku pointed out, like I pointed out, the finishing needs to improve. But again, you got to see all the creative finishes. Like if you watch the tape, not highlights, like just watch actual tape of him, it's like a highlight tape, man. This guy's just going, man. It's unbelievable the ferocity he plays with. I think this guy is going to be successful in the NBA, and I'm all in on this. I thought this was an absolute great move.
NBA's weird like that too, where you could get the Ron Hollins drafted before this guy just because of the upside of a Ron Hollins.
Sure.
But like this is feels like a sure thing as much as it can be.
In the NBA, especially in the playoffs, when it comes down to teams actually playing defense, not a bunch of transition buckets, actual lockdown defenders playing actual defensive sets, you need guys who can hit ugly shots, who can hit contested shots, and who can create their own shots.
And get to the line.
And that's what he does at an extremely, like who said, dude? Like, oh my, well, that was Hero about the 100 percentile shit. But
that
like,
was crazy.
That was insane numbers.
But
that sold me.
That was nuts. I gotta send them over
you
to
need
Ronnie.
guys like that can create their own bucket and hit contested buckets. And if you watch this kid's highlights, he excels at hitting tough shots, finishing around guys, like Ku said, the east to west dribbles, and all those leaners, ugly floaters, stuff like that. That's what gets you paid in the playoffs.
And all that you've seen on that tape and the highlights is 1 year removed from high school. He's 19 years old. He can continue growing into his body both physically and strong-wise and just in length.
Dude, I can't wait to get Centels.
That's a big seller itself, man.
Yeah, he came into camp at 6'4".
Yeah, I mean, he could get bigger. Obviously, he's going to get better. And the other thing, too, in high school, he was the off-ball guy.
Yeah.
So he could play alongside Cade. Yeah, like last year was the first time he was asked to, like, handle the ball as much as he did because he was on his poop team.
Like when we were seeing finishing lineups in the playoffs, Dennis was in there next to Cade.
Yeah.
That could be, obviously I don't expect it next year for him to be finishing playoff games with this team unless he's hot, but I think in very short order he'll be a guy that you're finishing games with in your lineup.
And I'm appreciative of everything Dennis gave us, but like, so this kid looks like an upgrade.
You always got to get better.
And Dennis sometimes too with the dribble, brother. You're not Cade Cunningham. Like when Cade's off the floor, do all that. When Cade's on the floor, show some damn respect.
Wait. Well, he's still on the team. Let's not besmirch his value.
No, I'm not besmirching his value.
Great player.
You're right.
Extremely important for any true playoff team.
He has had some crazy games.
If you really want to be a playoff team, or you want to put fans in the seats because you're tanking and you want to give up assets, Dennis Jenkins would be perfect for your team in either of those situations.
Absolutely. Call now and say $15.99.
No, but like you talk about a package for Hero, how it's not going to be as much because of the term of this contract. If you could get away with, Ron Dennis, or if they'd rather have Stu than Ron, a first-round pick in fucking 5 seconds, like I'm doing it.
Yeah, and
easily.
And after we got to go to break here, but after break, I got a specific path I can lay out for the Detroit Pistons. One that I have studied through the CBA.
Path.
That I have made sure this isn't a booner path. This isn't a scam. This is real.
It's an actual
this
path.
is legit. This is financially
delusion.
sound. You can make it happen. But first,
and real quick, what I like about the pick the most is
smile.
is that it allows you to comfortably use Danis and Karras in trade conversations rather than Duncan. It allows you to hold on to Duncan because now you have a shot creator and ball handler that can be coming off the bench.
I can't help but smile because if we hold on to Duncan in these trade conversations, I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Man.
You know what else I love? Black Rock Bar and Grill. You know, the ultimate dinner sizzle. Well, now they're bringing the same heat to your mornings. Introduced with the brand new Black Rock Brunch. They're serving up fresh menu stacked with mouth-watering twist and all your breakfast favorites. Check it out in a Heartland location from 7 to 11 a.m. or catch the Weekend Vibe and No Vibe Friday through Sunday from 9 a.m. to noon. Ditch the boring breakfast. Come taste the new standard for morning flavor with Black Rock Brunch.
And after Black Rock, make sure you grab some Mad Packs
Maybe
to
before.
help you digest. Or before. But now, for a little dessert, get yourself the Boom Chocolaka 200 milligram hash rosin gummies. You'll be lights out after that one. Or the Hilo 200 milligram live resin gummies. Alongside their brand new Mad Pack extracts, my personal favorite is the Blue Knight. So make sure you go check out all of their new gummies and extracts. Go to getmadpacks.com to find it near you. Mad Flavor, Mad High, Mad Packs.
Thrive Energy Pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Right court swinging, get your head chopped. Point blank, dead stop. 16 balls in a headlock.
Thrive Energy Pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
It's mortgage's symbol of excellence, part of the very fabric of mortgage pros. The Blue Jacket, a symbol reserved for those that have separated themselves from the pack. Those who chose discipline over excuses, standards over shortcuts. At Mortgage Pros, greatness isn't given, it is earned.
I don't know if this is healthy to do, but last night I was in my feels. Again, I wanted the Tyler Hero trade. I didn't want any rookie. I wanted Tyler Hero. If I was getting any rookie, I wanted Yaxel Lindenborg. I was set on it. But you know what helped me ease my mind was the Gold Crown Royal Jesters. 1.5 grams each, quad infused, keef coated, live resin infused, TC diamonds and terpenes, all packed into one. These are your, we just drafted a future all-star. All right. Even if we did, that's what I felt like because Gold Crown's that amazing. Next time in dispensary, don't think, just ask for Gold Crowns. If you're going to smoke like royalty.
Yeah, and
Drink it.
Let me tell you guys about Founders Water Hazard. Forget the curveball Ricky and bring in the most refreshing drink in the canned cocktail game. This is Founders' very first canned cocktail, and first pitch, swing, base. That's a home run. This is absolutely fantastic stuff, man. If you guys have not tried Water Hazard yet, you absolutely have to. Best served over ice with a slice of lemon, preferably. It's a vodka-based cocktail with 5% ABV that's citrusy, refreshing, and gluten-free. So next time you're out, get in the drink with Water Hazard.
Drink it.
Drink it.
Don't even worry, Gordo. It happens to me all the time. It happens to the best of us.
What do you do?
Yeah, we did all right.
Yeah, you did all right. You did good.
Bro just pointed out the flaw.
Fucking idiot! God!
Fought through the ass.
Suck! Well, because the thing that happens, like when you mess up on ad read and you're in your head about it, then you mess up again.
Yeah.
You
start to think about the words.
Yeah, you're like, fuck.
One of the funniest things iKing ever said about me that was true, because I watched it back, was he was like, you could see Chris thinking of the words. When I fucked up the read, you could see me kind of figure it out in my brain how to figure it, how to bring the words back.
Oh, man. Speaking of bringing people, we got to bring IP back, or iKing back.
Yeah, what the hell? Why isn't he back?
I don't know if he knows.
We stole
I think
his
he knows,
favorite show.
but like, he just out of the...
He just don't fuck with this no more.
We stole his favorite show.
Just out of his rotation, you know? Like, oh, you should do something every day, get used to it, and then, like...
Yeah, he's just
hard to get back.
Well, no, but he was
He doesn't wanna play
exclusively
with us no more.
He was exclusively with Crunch Time, and then we stole them, so we should have brought him
Yeah.
back.
I don't know, man. Miss your brother.
I think it's that West Coast time.
West.
I think he just
West.
doesn't care about us.
That's true too.
All right, Chris.
All right.
You got some crazy, wacky plans, and I think I want to hear them.
Crazy, wacky, zany plans. Zany Pistons topics. So no, we talked about a lot of this stuff, but I just went through and I laid out how the Pistons can actually do this stuff. So you guys stop me any step of the process. Let me know if you think it's
Let's
fair.
talk Lions.
Football. All right. So I framed this around. I want to get two guys in particular, upgrade the 4 and get Tyler Hero. And so the people I chose were Tyler Hero and PJ Washington, who Koo mentioned. So do you think this would be a fair value for Dallas, who just, by the way, drafted a 4 last night and has Cooper Flag already?
Shout out Steve Lehman.
Karras and 3 seconds can make that work financially. Do you think that's good? Or
Say
do
one
you
more
think
time.
it's
In
more?
3 seconds for PJ Washington.
For PJ Washington.
I would definitely do that. I think it would probably take more than that.
Okay, so what do you think it would take? A first for PJ?
No.
Why are they getting rid of PJ
Karras
Washington?
in 3 seconds
Well,
sounds right.
they have Cooper, who mainly plays 4. They just drafted Morris Johnson last night, who's also a 4.
Yeah.
So I think that they would like to. They would like
But
to.
PJ
get off of
Washington, also notoriously awful decision maker, got a
On and off the court.
career
Well, off the
succubus
court.
pregnant.
Off the court, he makes bad
Like
decisions.
a career succubus. He put a baby in her.
He also absolutely balled out in the playoffs 2 years ago.
He did?
So I'll overlook that.
Before that succubus drained his life force.
That's true. Goddamn succubus.
So the other part of it,
My baby got a goddamn succubus pregnant.
the other trade, and we talked about this. I feel like you could get Tyler Hero for Stu Holland, which I'm glad that Koo gave us the insight because I didn't know that how high Milwaukee was on both of those players. But those two, and then like you said, you throw in a Sasser or a Dennis. I think even that in and of itself is more than enough. Maybe you have to, instead of Sasser or Dennis, throw in one first. You guys with me? You guys on board with that being fair, reasonable? Both sides would accept that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So now
And
what
I'm
you
doing
can
both
do-
of those trades.
Yes. So now with both of those trades out the way, what you can do is you can go and sign Norman Powell with your full trade exception.
Talk to me.
You could get him at the full trade exception. So you would have Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, and PJ Washington. Now, in order to make this work, what that does when you use the full mid-level exception, that caps you out at the first apron. So you cannot go over the first apron. It's a hard cap no matter what. So that caps you at $209 million. So leaving the money left over, the math left over from bringing those guys in and adding in two to three minimum guys that you would need to fill out the roster, you would then have to go to Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris and say, we can re-sign you for a combined salary of $42 million. So that would
2 years,
equal it.
42.
No, a combined salary of this coming year of $42 million. Do you think that is reasonable? Because we haven't talked about what Tobias
For Duren
would
and
cut.
Tobias?
That's what you would have to do in order to do
that's not
that.
reasonable. Duren's going to get 35 himself.
So how much do you think Tobias gets if he's taking a discount?
Oh, true. Duh. What an idiot. Okay.
Tobias ain't taking no 5.
He's not going to take 5.
That's a valuable position in the NBA.
Like 10 at least.
Okay, so if he's going 10,
I think he's going more than that, brother.
But he did say
He's
take-
got-
He's
take a
coming off
discount.
what? He made 28 last year, 28, 27.
I'm talking to him about some fake trees or something, man.
Yeah, Chris. I mean, you got to poke. There's your hole
Yeah, you
right
get
there.
some of that
A stretch
plaque.
4 in the NBA who just came off a 30-point, game 7.
So
That's
You get
he's
some of
getting
that
20
platinum
million.
equity.
So now if you do that, you could still make this all work. You just have to pivot because right now, what you were doing is, I didn't mention this, but you were also keeping Duncan Robinson. You're also keeping Duncan Robinson while bringing in Norm Powell and Tyler Hero. So in order to make that work, to give yourself more financial wiggle room, you would have to sign and trade Powell for Duncan Robinson.
I don't know, Chris.
And that's where, because Miami's going to lose him for nothing. So I think Miami would be gladly willing to take Duncan Robinson
Milwaukee?
as opposed to, no, because Norman Powell's on Miami.
I thought he was a free agent.
Miami has
I would
his
low
bird
key
right.
just
Sorry.
not take Tobias.
Huh?
I'm just not re-signing Tobias.
So you would just cut that
Tobias.
that as is, and so you have
Have PJ as a 4.
Yes.
Have Paul Reed as your backup.
What's PJ making?
PJ, I have to double check. 19.
So the only
PJ's not a horrible defender. PJ's a good.
No,
defender.
he's a good.
no, he's a good defender. I
Norman
think the
Powell's-
only holes
Norman
I
Powell's
poke
a
in
good
this,
defender,
Chris,
too.
is
Aaron S., what are you talking about?
I think the PJ trade could be somewhat realistic. I think Tobias, he's making around 19.
He's gonna
plus.
want more. Yeah.
Okay, so if he's
I think just like what he wants to, like what he can command.
yeah, but
I would almost, if I'm doing, I would just dump Norman out of this equation.
okay, so you would go.
The only other thing, and maybe I'll bring it back on in this scenario too, is like
Robinson's still on the
Duncan
team.
Robinson was rumored to be part of that package for Hero. I would prefer it not be.
I think Dunk's got to be
but-
gone if you're bringing in. And as much as I don't want to lose Duncan Robinson, I feel like you're not getting 2 trades off and keeping it.
I do think though, if you're Milwaukee, if I'm giving you 3, like basically, let's call them, I don't know if they're quite prospects because Stu and Dennis are
Stu's
a bit
not,
older,
no.
but they're young players that you can bet on that still might have room to grow, or at least have value.
Yeah.
And so I think Milwaukee would do that. I don't think you would need a Duncan Robinson in a Milwaukee Hero trade. I don't think you would because of
Talk nice to
the
me.
math would work with those 3 guys.
Yeah.
And in Milwaukee, you saw it. They turned out Jaylen Brown. Why? Because what they want is as many swings at the apple of guys who have potential to pop, and then they hope that a couple of them pop. So you got Ron, you got Stu, you got
Well, I think they're
Dennis.
playing the long game too,
Yeah,
right? Like
for sure.
that's why they're also shopping Hero. It's like we know we're not
Right,
going to compete with any intention now. With
And
the way
they're shopping Turner too for reports.
Hey, how much he making?
He's making $28 million.
Pick up the phone,
the,
baby.
The average defensive
$1 million more
rating
than Trey Murphy.
for the NBA is 114.5 per 100 possessions. Norman Powell was 105.3, so he's an above average defender.
Yeah.
The top defense was Oklahoma City at 107.7. So Norman Powell is a good defender in the NBA. Yeah. Like, I mean,
What? Someone bashing him? Who?
Aaron S., I love you, man. I've looked up 3 stats to go against you that so far in the chat today, and they've all been right.
Yeah, he's above average good.
Norman Powell's a good defender. P.J. Washington's a good defender. Tyler Hero, I'm not going to say he's a good
No, he
defender,
can't.
but like if you're losing
Trust me, I've been
Duncan
trying to find
or-
ways to say it. There's no way to say
he's not a good
defender.
defender.
It's
But you
just
can
not.
have
But he's
one-
got motion.
You can have one bet.
He does got motion. Those stats that Koo was bringing up about him in isolation and coming off the ball, I mean, that's an insane.
Did you
fucking
see
statistic.
this? I don't follow this part of the game, but apparently there's somebody on. I think it's Kuzma. I don't know for certain, but
Oh, he's
apparently
right. I was looking at the
apparently Tyler Hero, his current girlfriend,
his current wife,
is an ex of some other player. Who
of
is
someone
it?
who's extremely immature. Although he was younger then.
He's a career
But I remember
113.
he in that diss song that him and Lonzo were doing fucking around. He was like saying like some wild shit.
And it was So who was the other NBA player that the girl was tied to? It was
It's
she's
cool.
with
It's
Tyler
Kuzma.
Hero. Oh, it is Kuzma.
Yeah,
okay.
it's Kuzma's ex-girlfriend.
Who?
That Tyler Hero married and has a child with.
Kuzma likes women?
And they're
That's surprising.
That is
surprising.
I love how much we bet.
Michigan native,
he was
all right?
116 last year. He's a career 113.
Oh, I forgot to say, and the final part to
So he's
top
an
off
average defender.
The final part to top off my plan that I think we're all on board. I'll enjoy this more than you guys. You bring Drummond back as your third center on the veteran minimum. He wants to retire here, and nothing would give me more satisfaction than saying, Drummond, this is the lowest we can offer you. We cannot
He'll
offer
take
you
it.
less money.
He's been signing those bitch deals. All due respect to him, he's been signing those kind of like shitty ass deals lately anyway. I did just think of why Milwaukee would want Duncan though, because the contract he's on, not guaranteed, it's a very easily tradable contract that he can get more assets
DNC
for.
says, could you sign and trade Tobias in the Hero deal? I don't know if they want.
I don't
want it.
Milwaukee
You need
would
a
want
forward, dude.
Tobias.
I just know everybody says that Tobias is coming back. A lot of people are saying he's on a
all
discount.
saying
I don't know
it.
what the number. I don't
Everyone's
know what the
saying
number
it.
is for him. You guys think it's like?
19.
I think it's 10 to 12.
I
I think he's taking
it's
a big
way
pay
more
cut.
than that.
Aaron brings up
Way
Isaiah
more than
Joe as well, which
I would
is-
love that.
yeah.
Only 10 million. That's very easy.
Very easily doable.
Very easy to make.
How many more years? We could probably got at least 2 years left, right?
I don't know. Let me check his contract. But
whose contract were you
There's a lot. There's a lot though. Spenny wants to trade Duncan because he's a Wolverine. Says Key West Wolverine. I specifically said I don't want to trade Duncan Robinson, but
exposed.
Just,
Cousin alert.
yeah,
cousin alert.
just throwing it out there, Key West.
Shout out to Key West.
Haiti goal. Shout out Haiti. Who are they playing? Are they playing Iran? Hell yeah. No. Goddamn.
Also,
Who's
Isaiah
Haiti
has 2 more years.
Oh, they're playing Morocco?
Isaiah Joe?
After this year.
Shout out Haiti.
Or he's got 1 more year after this year, and it's a team option. That's so nice.
Has Haiti ever scored a goal in the World Cup before? I know, like.
For sure, have had to have.
I don't know, man. I saw, what was it? Like
Oh my
Ivory
God,
Coast
Tobias
got
only
their
2 years
first
older than
goal.
me. He's on.
Can we play Paul at the 4? I mean,
Yeah, you
Damn,
could.
you're
I don't
42
want to,
easy.
though.
But he's coming off the bench for you at your
Yeah,
5.
off the bench at the 5.
You got to keep Tobias Harris. I don't think he's taking 10 to 12. I think you're looking at 19. I think he's
You
more.
love you some Toby.
Arguably, it's not. I mean,
Toby.
It's just the reality of a stretch 4 in the NBA. If he was 36, probably looking at 10 to 12.
He's 34.
Yeah, he's 33.
He's 34. He's 34.
July 15th. He's gonna
53.
turn 34 here in next month.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not taking a discount under 15, sorry.
71 years old. Too
You
old.
gotta bring him back.
You do.
92.
You need that stretch
But-
4.
Dude,
Too
plant him some equity.
But
Tom, hop on it. Plant some equity trees.
Yeah.
Yep.
If Tobias Harris is not a selfish POS, the Pistons can pull off the Grace off. No, I'm kidding. But the Pistons, they do have a lot of flexibility, though, guys. Like, they have a way to get 3 to 4 more meaningful players in this locker room while keeping pretty much all of the core you have. I think if you upgrade, I mean, I said it's all offseason. We're like 2 to 3 players away from seriously being a
I want
championship
MPJ
contender.
really bad, dude.
I do too.
Really
He's at
bad.
$40 million, so I think getting him and Hero would really cap you out, and you wouldn't be
He's
able
at
to
40?
do much else. He's 40 this year, but he's an expiring. So I think I think that you could get Hero and
Trade for Hero
MPJ
and sign MPJ
combined
next year.
for what you get Trey Murphy for on market price in terms of trade
Marketplace.
And I think that's
Do
a
you
steal.
remember when you were flipping shit on Marketplace? That shit was so
I
fun.
do.
That was a legendary
What a
hustle.
time.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out, was it Jesse Woodward in there with sorry, Uncle Alert. I thought that was hilarious.
Uncle Alert. The Uncle Alert.
Uncle Alert.
All right,
Uncle
let's-
Alert.
let's go to break.
According to the thirdapron.com, Tobias expects to sign anywhere from 15 to 20 million.
Okay, so get him for 13.
All right, so get him
discount.
for 10. Get him for 10.
Get him for 13 on the hometown discount.
Best I can do is 7, boss.
We got some more.
We got to get the pawn shop guy to offer.
By the way, because we're coming back to mailbag, it's looking like.
Yeah.
The reason why, not one of the reasons why the Lakers maxed out Austin Reeves is they're scared of losing to Detroit Pistons in free agency.
What?
This year?
According to Shams, yeah.
Damn.
Wow. So we're getting one of them Watt boys.
We want one of the Watts.
We want one of them Watts.
We're wild.
Off the hit with it. Pow. Shooter.
Craig, I got an AR. Like you shooting schools up.
Oh, man.
If we got
Hellcat,
That would
wide
be
body.
sick
like a
if we got him
school
because
bus.
his name's A. Reeves.
If we would have got him,
Reeves.
you guys would have had to been for the home opener courtside and just talked about, hey, remember
That would have
me?
made that video
You
so
guys-
much cooler.
If
Yeah.
we would have got
Big Booty Reeves.
we never
Welcome
would have won a
home.
championship.
What'd you say?
If we would have got Austin Reeves, we would never have won a championship with the score.
Why?
He's cancer.
Austin Reeves?
Yeah, not as good as TJ McConnell.
Why you say that? Just
He-
because.
he talks shit about Detroit, man. Fuck him.
That's true.
And the state that our franchise is
care.
in, I don't blame him
Don't
at all.
care.
You would have done the same shit.
Hell no.
You went to go play with LeBron fucking James. Now he's got a max contract for it. You made the right choice. Tell us about Pure Psychiatry.
Bro's the anti-Schroeder. Actually took the contract when he should have. Pure Psychiatry. Listen, go to PurePsychMI.com to find a location near you. They've got 18 throughout Michigan and Ohio. And it's not just like one size fits all type of thing. No, they specifically cater plans to what you need, so you can get the help that you deserve today. It's never a shame to need somebody to talk to. Everybody does. So go to PurePsychMI.com to start your journey today. And Loom. Loom.com. Go to Loom.com to get 30% off when you use promo code WSN30. And check out their new Buzzin' Energies. Delicious 7.5 milligrams THC, 100 milligrams of caffeine, all in a can. They keep it going. Pound a couple of these during the live stream. Make sure you check them out. WSN30, get 30% off. Loom.com to find a location near you.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
Make sure you check it out Thursday, July 2nd, the grand opening of the Grind Time Wrestling Academy. We're going to be down there. We might be slamming Skywalker through a table. You never know. You're going to want to come out and see. It's going to be a lot of fun. Open house starts at 5:30. The graduation show ends at 9 o'clock. The heavyweights will be broadcasting live. Obviously, D-Mac and the whole crew is going to be down there. So make sure you come check out the grand opening of Grind Time's Wrestling Academy at the old Brewster Wheeler Recreation Center at 670 Wilkins Street, Detroit, on July 2nd, next Thursday.
Yaldo Eye Center, listen up. If you guys are wasting money on contacts, wasting money on glasses, for a one-time payment of $16.99, you can get each eye fixed. $16.99 a piece. Make sure you call up, schedule your consultation right now, YaldoEyeCenter.com/16.99. They've been doing it for over 30 years. Over 100,000 surgeries in their pocket. That's why I can get it done in under 8 minutes, and most patients are back to seeing 20/20 the very next day. Stop wasting money on contacts. Stop wasting money on glasses. Make a one-time payment to Yaldo Eye Center and fix your eye.
Glasses.
If you guys, I just thought, you thought we were lit for an all-night stream, and we were. If you think we're lit just for the show,
yeah.
If you think we're lit just fun, having imagine us in a fucking wrestling ring. That event at D-Max, Darren McCarty, by the way, come support a fucking Detroit legend. I can't fucking July 2nd. That is
July 2nd.
Downtown
Thursday.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Are we Skywalker's for real down against the table?
He said today he was.
I feel like that's something we definitely got to practice.
D-Mac. Well, we might not do it, but.
Yeah. So somebody. Oh, it's not as fun.
Well, we could be there. We can just have a hand on his head.
I'd be cool to get slammed through a table.
D-Mac, what did he do? He hit me with something, a chair or something one time.
I hit with the chair too.
Yeah.
Shout out. Actually, you were recording it.
Yep.
You was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, that was funny.
Mailbag.
Mailbag.
Oh, actually, hold on. Fuck. We can get the mailbags in if you want. Get your questions in. But I just read a fun thing, and it's from SI, so take it with a grain of salt. It's Chris Mannix from SI. Says the Celtics are hunting a big man and are reportedly willing to trade Jaylen Brown to get one.
Wow. Sounds like what I said.
Jalen Duren for Jaylen Brown. I'm not even thinking twice about that,
Andre
brother.
Drummond, your starting center.
You obviously got to add a little bit more on our end of that, but
sure.
I'm not even questioning that.
Oh,
done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Done. Where do I sign?
Yep. But both mentalities are questioned, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the Finals MVP.
Yeah, and I'll say that too. I can for sure give you he's only 22. There's room to develop all day when it comes to Jalen Duren because you saw it bleed into the Cavs series. But when you are a fucking nationally televised team, #1 seed, going at it with a fucking 8 seed who got into the play-in, you're playing your ex-girlfriend's man, and she's openly mocking you on social media, and you don't show up for none of those fucking games. I think Game 7 maybe did. That does actually call into question the heart. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I don't want to do it
to
the heart. I would say the
mental. I would say the mental, not the heart.
I think you could
try, but you could just like put it in your head.
Come on. The next thing you know, you're telling me Kendrick's a better musician than Drake.
Okay, yeah. You want to have
Sorry
that
if you're so
argument?
mad at you about that. That actually genuinely did piss me off for a minute.
Why ain't y'all talking
I don't
about
think
golf
you understand
being
why
in
you're wrong,
Minnesota makes them a Super Bowl team. That's what it was. There it is.
There it is.
Ven's New Groove. Remind us
Boom.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. That's a segment for tomorrow.
That was the segment during the. We couldn't remember it.
Write down now.
Yeah.
Christopher, what were you saying?
I was saying you are so wrong on that. On what we were arguing about during commercial break. We could argue about it after the show.
You
but
are-
you're
you are
100%
way
wrong.
off on
You're 100% wrong by
You
the
are
definition.
1,000,000%
By the definition.
We
you are
also
wrong.
have a Jared Goff ranking we're going to get in tomorrow that I am extremely disagreeing with. It's one of the worst lists I've ever seen in my life. The list killers are back. We're going to do it tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
We should make a poster. Let's back to back.
List killers.
List killers.
It's probably the worst quarterback ranking list I've ever seen, honestly. You guys aren't going to want to miss this one.
I can't believe Jared Goff's that high.
Speaking of killers,
It's ridiculous.
I think there's Jesse Woodward in the chat. Mailbag. What do
Mailbag.
you think about Chris Ilitch reportedly killing the Traverse City Red Wings camp tradition?
It sucks, honestly. I mean, we were going to go up there.
Why?
And
What's the reasoning?
Because he's a bum. He doesn't want his players to have a good time.
Maybe he went to Traverse City recently. He's like,
Probably they already have the facilities paid for in Grand Rapids, so they just don't want to pay for the ones in Traverse City just to use them once a year, I would assume. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it was his decision. I mean, it probably comes down to him finally. But
I mean, maybe we grew up different. We for sure grew up different than Chris Ilitch.
Yeah, maybe. What the fuck?
I would just fucking think. Like, it's your dad's fucking franchise. You've watched this franchise be fucking great.
Historic.
So historic.
Yeah.
One of the best in the sport.
Yep. Top 3.
And you're throwing away so much tradition by being a cheap fuck. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Are you losing money, Chris? That's what it feels like at this point. All these moves and decisions he's making, are you losing money? Do we got to buy more pizzas? We would if you gave a fuck and gave back to the teams.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck is going on, man?
We're going to go to Traverse City, do live shows there. Justin's cabin's like 30 minutes away, I guess.
This shit's mind-blowing, especially when it comes to baseball. There's no salary cap, asshole.
Newsflash, asshole.
He doesn't care.
I've heard it the entire goddamn
That's the whole
time.
thing about Ilitch. You're just trying to keep this team as presentable as possible. You bring in a Verlander, you give the people the New Jerseys. You do just enough to keep the people coming into the stadium and buying tickets and signing up for Detroit Sports Network. The subscription. So you do just enough. But you're not going to go all the way because, that might cost you too much money.
Mailbag from Luigi Gaming. Are y'all doing a show at Royal Oak Taco Fest?
Oh, my God.
Oh, I forgot about Taco
I actually know who runs that.
I
think it's in July. It's next month.
Yeah, dude. I'll
reach
love
out.
to do a show at Royal Oak Taco Fest.
Taco Fest is fun.
Love tacos, dude.
Taco Fest is fun.
I'll do that right now.
July 2nd through 5th, so it's not this weekend, next weekend.
Okay.
4th of July
So
weekend.
we can't do it
There's
the
no way we're
second.
doing it. Yeah, there's no way.
Well, if it's the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Oh, yeah, nobody's here. We could barely get a show together on Tuesday because everybody's fucking gone.
And it's kind of too last minute.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, we'll do it last minute.
I mean,
It's
we
not
could
like
get
don't do
bonus
last minute
content,
stuff.
though, running around the city.
What do you mean we?
You'll be gone.
You guys.
Yeah, you're abandoning us already.
Dude, I was going to go. I feel I have to go this time because last year I was going to go.
4th of July.
I was going to go because it's my brother and his wife and my niece. They have a camping spot up north.
Don't bring the
And my
kids
cat
into
had a
this.
medical emergency.
That is true.
Dude, I was literally right as I was leaving.
Dude,
I was
that
so
shit
pissed.
was so
Wait, what?
funny. Remember last year he took it off to go up north and didn't go up north because his cat got sick?
Dog,
remember that.
medical emergency,
dude,
bro.
I did not know
He
that.
almost had to have surgery.
That shit was so well.
Dude,
it wasn't
Imagine having
funny,
to pay for
but
surgery
it's
for your
funny
fucking
looking
No,
cat. I would never.
It was actually.
Not my cat.
It
My
was
dog,
actually,
yeah.
dude.
My cat, peace out.
He's got 8 more.
We'll turn you into a hot dog.
Bro.
Eat shit, dude.
Damn.
Jesus.
It was actually a hilarious story because what happened is this guy stopped shitting and he held it. He held his shit for like 2 days, and so then he was like having a medical emergency, and then he just went in my roommate's room and just released it.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that, actually.
Poor cat.
Yeah, dude, I'm turning my cat into fucking wonton soup, brother.
All right, that'll
Turn
do
him
it
into
for
a
us today.
fucking Thai
Appreciate you
dish.
tapping in. Make sure you smash
Shout
that
out
like
Kobe.
button. For Easy,
Call my
for
cat
Gordon,
Steph
for
'cause he
Chris,
turned
for
to curry,
Skywalker,
son.
I'm Spencer. We're the Heavyweights. We'll see you tomorrow.
Call a nice Asian
Peace.
restaurant. How much?